Hello all you couch detectives out there, my name is Lee, and thank you for being here. This case brings us once again to, you guessed it, Florida. Ocala, Florida to be exact. So this one involves 3 murders, one in 2007 and a double murder in 2010. The first murder seemed to detectives like a robbery attempt gone wrong. 20-year-old Toni Centracco was gunned down in the driveway of her boyfriend's home. The perpetrator was in the process of stealing bales of Mary Jane. And according to reports, there were hundreds of large bags of Mary Jane inside of the house. Detectives believe that Toni arrived home, she surprised the suspect, and then he shot her and fled the scene with his loot. That's murder number 1. Now we fast forward to February of 2010. The boyfriend of Toni Centracco, well, roughly 3 years later, he ended up getting shot himself. His name was Marshall Pardee, and he was 23 years old. Marshall was shot along with his girlfriend at the time, 20-year-old Chyavana Hampton. After finding a revolver that was linked to the first murder of Toni Centracco in a lake behind his family home, 27-year-old Lamar Woods was arrested. It was determined that Michael Woods and Marshall Pardee were involved in illegal activities together, and they had known each other since they were young. Michael Woods' first interrogation took place just days after Marshall Pardee and his girlfriend were found murdered. The second interrogation was conducted after Michael Woods was arrested for the murder of Toni Centracco. While incarcerated, Woods was indicted for the murders of Marshall Pardee and Chyavana Hampton, and he was brought in for further questioning. Both of Michael Woods' interrogations are on this video. Stay tuned after the interrogations for the most up-to-date information on this case.
Here a second. All right. Good. Actually, if you'll sit right there for me.
Hey Mike, how you doing? I don't know if you remember me, Detective Bill here. I spoke to you back then,
A while back, yeah.
Yeah, a while back. I'm gonna sit down and talk to you in a few minutes, okay? I'm wondering if you'd be able to lighten me up and, help me out the best you can, okay? Appreciate it. Let me get a pad over here.
Alright, so you talked to yesterday?
Yes, sir. I ended up speaking to him after I talked to you also.
Okay. On that same number? Because I called his number and left him a message for him to call me. Is he scared to talk to us or
To
something?
be honest with you, I don't know. When I was on the phone with him, you beeped in. I was on the phone in maybe 2 minutes, and I kind of shoot him off the phone and pick up your call. So,
Now, how many times have you talked to him since Friday night?
since Friday.
Yeah.
I talked to him Friday. I talked to him about every day.
Okay.
So Friday, I'm not too sure. I know I talked to him sometime during the day. And
Okay.
Saturday, actually, he was the one who told me about it.
Okay, so he called you and told you before you heard anything on the news or anything?
Yes, sir. He was. I don't have cable.
Okay.
So he was definitely the one to tell me.
When was that he told you?
I want to say, I don't want to get my times messed up,
No
but it was
problem.
definitely in the evening. I was in the mall with my girlfriend, and I was in front of a cash register in Champs when I got the news, and I called him back outside. I want to say about
What day was that?
Saturday.
Saturday?
Yes, sir. So
So it would have been the evening time?
definitely evening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember if it was dark yet?
I want to say yes, sir. It
Okay.
was definitely dark.
Did he call you or did you call
He
him?
called me.
Okay.
I seen my Friday also.
Okay. About what time?
I was over there.
At his place?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Definitely over there. We had a couple drinks. I left at a pretty reasonable hour because they were talking about getting food, them too.
Okay.
And my girlfriend.
So it was just, who all was there whenever you were there?
Well, it was me, but a couple people came in and out, you know.
Do you remember who all came in and
I
out?
remember a couple faces, but a couple people I didn't recognize, and then he did talk to one person in the hallway, so I didn't really get to see him. But a Josh came in. We're all mutual friends.
Josh Lundy?
Yeah. I mean, he sat down for
Some
us.
of these names I'm going to jot down just because I have a bad memory.
Go for it. Really go for it.
Okay. Okay. You remember him coming over?
Yes, sir. I was over there for maybe an hour or two. I had my girlfriend's car, and
Remember about what time it was you got there and what time you left?
I didn't really remember getting there because I was just so nonchalant. I mean, I stopped by Big Lots and bought a couple.
So you drove over there by yourself?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I had her car, and she called me to come pick her up. I was over there maybe like an hour or two.
What type of car did she drive?
She drives a silver Nissan.
Like a car?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And that's about it for the time while. It had to be before.
What's your girlfriend's name for?
Chelsea.
Okay. So did she come over to the house, or you?
No, sir. I went and
Okay.
picked her up.
Okay, so you said a couple came over. You remember John, but you said there were some people that you recognized.
Well, John is the only one I recognize.
Okay.
He's been a mutual friend for many years, and a couple faces.
He's a white guy or black guy?
Black guy.
Black guy? Okay. All right. And the other people, did they come with him, or did they come separate?
No, sir. I'm pretty sure he was by himself.
Okay. Now, the other people that came that you didn't recognize, did they come by themselves, or did they come with each other?
One of them was a female, actually, and I know one of them was a guy. I told you he was talking in the hallway, and I heard a guy's voice.
Mm-hmm.
I never went around the corner to talk to them.
Okay.
I mean, they had just bought. I was sitting there messing with the phone, just looking at them, whatever. So I was like talking to shit at that time.
Okay. So the last time you saw Mark was Friday night, and do you remember about what time
Friday
it was?
evening, I think I left maybe about 9 or 10ish because we had to go get some food also. We went to Walmart afterwards and bought groceries.
Who's we? You and him?
Me and my
Now,
girlfriend.
but you had to go back and pick her up?
Yeah, I
You had
actually
her
live,
car,
I
right?
live down the road from him now.
Where do you live?
I live behind the old house. Not there anymore.
You know what your address is?
I honestly,
Would
she probably
Okay, I'll
would.
get it
And
from
if
her.
not, she might have something in her purse.
Is it like an apartment
It's
or
a
a duplex?
It's a
Okay.
duplex.
Back behind Albertsons. Okay.
Yeah, I've been there for about 3 or 4 months.
All right. And your phone number is
Yes, sir.
that your only phone number?
Yes, sir.
Now on Saturday, he was telling me that Saturday evening, he was at the mall, and Ryan had called him sometime Saturday evening while he was at the mall to tell him about what had happened with.
Okay.
He said he doesn't remember what time it was, but he thinks it was dark, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Okay.
it was dark.
And then we kind of we stopped there. So why don't we go from that point till now on what you've heard, who you've talked to? You talked to Ryan. And,
Yeah, I've talked to that kid because, like I said, I seen him that evening too. So we talked, and just the shock value of it.
Now, when you left Mark's house, who all was at Mark's house?
Nobody.
So it was just Mark and his
Chyavana.
girl. That's it. Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
John left before you left?
Yes, sir, he did.
There's a kid named John, a black male named John, he said, that came over to Mark's house while he was there.
Okay.
John left before you
Yes, sir.
left. He said there was also a female. Was she black or white?
A white female.
A white female that came over to the house. He doesn't know her name. Have you ever seen her before?
No, sir.
Okay, and you said there was another male. Is he black or white?
I could be wrong. Like I said, I just heard his voice.
Oh, okay. You didn't see him. That was the one you said you
I'm
heard
just gonna
talking
assume.
in the
I'm
hallway.
gonna
Okay.
assume he was a white guy.
Okay.
Just from
But he didn't actually come into the apartment. You just heard him talking in the hallway.
no, like stopped him in the hall and they were talking. I don't know
Okay.
what that consisted of,
Okay.
but he was only there for maybe 30 seconds, if that.
Was it, like a normal talk, or did they sound?
And no, I
Upset
definitely
or anything?
no, I definitely didn't hear no heated argument or nothing. It wasn't nothing for me to want to pay attention to it, if that makes any sense. It didn't ring no.
Nothing
alarms
caught your
with me.
attention, really. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go back to Saturday. So you talked to Ryan calls you.
Yes, sir.
All right. Did you talk to anybody else about this Saturday?
Well, I'm trying to see, because when he called me, he kind of threw my whole day off. And we left the mall immediately, and we went back to the house. Me knowing that I was there Friday, I was assuming that y'all was going to be there. So I wanted to be home and not be out of place or whatever. I don't think I've talked to anybody besides John that night.
Okay. So you talked to Joe after you talked to Ryan on Saturday.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did he say anything about it, or
No,
any
but
rumors that he heard?
he had already been there, and it was really a quiet conversation on the phone. We really didn't say much to each other because we just seen him type of conversation and hung up the phone. And by this time, my girlfriend was extremely hysterical. So I was just at home consoling her, I guess would be the word.
Now, did she know Mark before
Yes,
you? Because I know you and Mark go back.
Yeah.
But she knew him also?
Mm-hmm. Way before me and her even got involved, she
Okay.
knew. She definitely knew who he was.
Okay.
She knew.
Now, the following day on Sunday.
Yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday.
My phone was going off yesterday, and I just
Everybody
wasn't.
calling?
Everybody.
What about Dean? You still hanging on with him?
No, we kind of fell out about his sister, man. Me and his sister kind of had a little thing going on for some years, and it kind of came to a head.
Okay.
I think he lives in Jacksonville now.
Okay.
So I don't talk to him too much at all.
Okay. Guess he lives in Jacksonville?
I haven't actually seen D since maybe around Christmas time of '09. So.
Okay. Now, you still talk with him?
I haven't talked to Asa since he went back to jail.
Okay. Yeah, he's in there now, right? I think.
Yeah. To
Okay.
be honest, man, when me and got in that trouble all them couple years ago, we kind of stopped hanging out because we just came to the
That
decision
was all his fault anyway.
we can't be around each other.
He can't
It's
handle
just
his
something
liquor.
that brings, I don't know, when we
Yeah.
get around each other, man, we get all drunk and it's just
Yeah,
kind of cut the cord there.
exactly. Well, that was probably a smart thing.
Yeah, it's best move I thought we could have made. And we both came to it like a mutual agreement. So.
Okay. Do you know if there had been any problems? Now, whenever you talked to Roy Saturday and he was telling you that, you know, what had happened with Mark, what exactly did he say? I mean,
He asked me did I hear the news, and at the time I was at a cash register in Champs, and I'm like, the news, and he was like, they found Mark dead, and I'm like, are you serious? You know? And then he was like, yeah, man, I'm dead serious. So I was like, I hurried up and hurried him off the phone. I paid for my stuff, and I left, and I called him back immediately. He didn't answer the phone for about another hour, I think, because we was already home next time I talked to him, and he told me that and were dead, and there's really not much more. I like got off the phone, and like
did he say if he had seen them or
no, sir.
Did he say if he had? Now, the
Seen-
night that you were over there on Friday was over there also?
No, sir, not while I was there, and I was there every bit of maybe 2 hours. You know, I was over there. I had a.
He
couple-
still lives here in Oak.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You asked me on the phone, and you woke me up. It's Windsor Towers, I believe.
That's where he lives?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It's a complex off of 40, if you're not familiar with it. Looks like a castle kind of.
You know what number he lives in?
No, sir.
Okay.
His girlfriend and my girlfriend don't get along, so me and girl are real good friends, but the contact kind of,
Yeah.
because he lives with her and I live with mine, and they can't really be around each other because,
You said his
Females.
girlfriend's name is Mel.
yes,
You
sir.
know her last name?
No, sir.
Okay. You think the place is in his name or in her name?
I want to say hers, but
Okay.
I don't know the
Okay.
arrangement over there.
I don't mean to interact. What kind of vehicle does Kershaw drives?
He's got a beat up Jeep. His mom used to own
Or
it.
that gray Jeep?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
A gray Jeep?
Mm-hmm.
It's a Jeep Cherokee.
Jeep
An
Cherokee?
older one.
Okay. You sure it's gray?
I'm pretty positive, like silver
Silver,
gray,
okay.
and it's missing the grill. His mom hit a deer coming back from work one night. He never fixed the grill.
But he drives that?
Yes, sir. His mom got a Cadillac now, and she gave that to him.
What kind of car does his girlfriend drives?
It's a blue Hyundai, I believe.
Okay.
It's like electric blue. It's kind of loud.
Okay.
Small car.
What kind of vehicle do you drive?
I don't drive, but my girlfriend, that's my get around vehicle. It's a silver Nissan.
Okay.
It's a small car.
Yeah.
Now, when you said you talked to Ryan earlier on the phone after you talked to me, did he say where he was?
Well,
Because I went to his mom and dad's house and that Jeep sitting there in the driveway.
Seriously?
Yeah. And no one was answering. That big old dog sounded like it was about to knock down my door on
Yeah,
you.
those some big dogs.
Yeah, they got some big dogs.
I talked to him and I told him that if I've contacted you or you contacted me and I was on my way to see you, I was getting my clothes on actually.
Mhm.
And he said that he had a card in his door.
Yeah, I left a card there. So
So
that would, okay, well,
and that's about all it was. Because like I said, I showed him off the phone because you beeped in like right after.
okay.
And I called him twice. I called him once after I called you to tell him like, hey man, you know that Detective D trying to get a hold of you. Plus, he remembers your name. You know,
I met him, a couple of years ago.
Yes, I was like, Detective D trying to get a hold of you, and he never picked up the phone. He picked up the second time I called, but that's when I was on my way out the door, pretty much.
Okay. Does he seem to be acting weird about this thing or anything? I mean, because it's weird that I'm there knocking on his door. His car's in the driveway. He's not answering the door. And you've talked to him. He's got my card. He hasn't tried to call me.
He stopped by my house yesterday, and I didn't answer the door because I was getting a lot of calls from a lot of people who it's really none of their business. A lot of people who I haven't talked to in a long time calling me because they knew that me and my were hang out and we're friends and whatnot. So I was just standing from my phone, and I wasn't really answering the door. He's like the only person that came by though, and he knocked on the door, and I looked through the peephole, and I just sat on the couch and was quiet. I didn't answer the door, but as far as him acting weird, I don't.
But why wouldn't you answer the door for him? I mean, you and him go back.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Your roommates and everything.
Yeah, it just really wasn't a really good time. Like I said, I wasn't even answering the phone call for anybody. Okay. So my mom called yesterday, and I didn't even talk to her. I talked to her in the evening, but yesterday wasn't very good. It didn't really sink in until yesterday.
Okay.
I talked to his brother late that Saturday night. And
his first name.
Yeah, there you go.
Pardee.
Yeah, and I talked to him, and that's when it kind of like sunk in with me then.
Okay. How's he doing?
I think he's not doing too good, man.
Well, you can't expect. Now, does he still live over near was it Sutton Place? There's those nice apartments, kind of like on this side of it.
You mean?
Yeah.
He
used to live over. What's it called?
I believe he lives with his mother.
Oh, he's not living in the apartments anymore?
I don't think so. I think he was in the apartments with the woman, man, and I don't think he's with her no more.
Her name was
Harry.
That's who it was.
Yeah. I think he's at his mother's now.
Okay.
But I'm not too sure. I don't really see too much.
Okay. You hearing any rumors about what might? I mean, because you said all these people are calling you and all that stuff. What are you hearing?
I'm not hearing anything. Everybody's like asking me. To be honest with you, no one's calling me and telling me. I really wouldn't be the person to call and to tell anything to anyway, rumor-wise or nothing. And I don't know. Everybody's calling me, asking me how I'm doing and whatever. But what did they expect from me?
Exactly. Now, did you and your now the night that you went over there Friday night? Had you called him before? Had y'all had any telephone conversations?
Yeah, all day long.
Okay. Did he call you after you had left the house or anything?
No, sir.
Okay.
I think when I left, they made a comment about going to get some food, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to go do the same thing because my girlfriend just called, and we went to Walmart to get groceries. And the last thing I remember doing, we was on the phone when I left. Gave him the peace sign, I didn't want to interrupt his phone call, and I said goodbye to locked the door behind me, I went and picked my girlfriend up.
And then y'all went to the Walmart out on 40?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Pretty much straight there?
I picked her up. Her friend lives in Sutton Place. My girlfriend doesn't have a cell phone, and she walked, because my duplex is maybe a block or two away, and she walked over there and called me. I picked her up. Her friend rode to Walmart with us.
Okay.
So, yeah, us three went there.
Which entrance did you guys go in through Walmart?
There's the two entrances when you pull in. I pulled in by the Burger King. So that first entrance, I don't know where the one on the right.
The one that's closer to the food section.
Yes,
probably,
sir.
Right?
Is it the grocery section or the one in the middle?
No, you walk in and the groceries are definitely right there.
Okay. Yeah. And that's the way you guys came out?
Mm-hmm.
Around what time you guys got there?
Walmart, I'm not too sure.
You said it was about 9 or 10 when you left.
I believe so. I can get in my cell phone and maybe pull up a call when my girlfriend called me because I immediately left. And then we went to her friend's house and they wrapped up their hanging out. And then we went to Walmart. So,
okay.
If it'll help, man, I got receipts from Walmart. I keep everything. So.
Well, it helps us get this time frame and everything like
I understand.
that. You're doing a big help by filling a lot of the blanks for us.
Yeah.
Do you know if he was expecting anybody else at the house? Did he act like he was expecting anybody?
I don't know how you would act like that. But
You had said that they were going to get some food. Did they act like they were going to order in food or go out to get food?
The way they put it off to me, because they started rushing around the house, like putting clothes on, like to go out, because it was getting later and all the fast food joints were probably starting to close.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess they were trying to, I'm assuming, to go pick up something quick.
Okay. Do you remember what he had on?
A white shirt.
Mm-hmm.
I think some basketball shorts. I could be wrong about that, and some slides maybe. I'm pretty sure about the white shirt.
You remember what color the shorts were?
Blue.
Okay. Maybe.
Yes, sir. Maybe. Definitely. Maybe. I don't quite recall.
Do you remember what she was wearing?
She had on some little shorts, I believe, and then she put on a jogging suit, I think. Maybe it was black.
Like a black jogging suit?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, she would have put those on if they were leaving?
No, she did that kind of after a few minutes of me being there.
Oh, okay. So she'd had those on for a while.
I don't know if my gave her the eye to go change her clothes or whatever. But, yeah, the jogging suit, she definitely changed it into.
Okay. Like maybe wanted her to dress down a little bit since there was another guy in the house.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay. I don't know what was going on with that. I didn't think nothing of it.
How long had they been an item?
I think that they've had some history, even before Toni passed away.
Okay.
But I'm not too sure because that I want to say a couple years.
Okay.
I know she was there for him pretty tough when he was going through all that with Toni. I know she was there, and that's when I was about meeting her. But like an item as far as living together, that's pretty recent to my knowledge. That
was that her place or his place?
I was assuming it was his.
Okay.
But I'm not too sure about their arrangement either. I think her people are pretty well off though, and I think she works. She got a couple jobs, I believe. Or when I met her, I think she had a job at the Wing House, and she worked somewhere else, a couple jobs or whatever.
Okay.
Oh no, said she was a notary.
Okay.
So I don't know what their pay scale is, but I know she was a working girl.
Great. Okay. All right. On Sunday, do you remember, anybody that you spoke to on Sundays, that might have acted like they had any knowledge or maybe had heard something from anybody? Because you said a lot of people were calling.
Yeah. As far as knowledge-wise, I don't believe so. Because like I said, the few calls I did pick up, they were all, "Oh, are you okay?" or "What happened?" and "What's going on?" Asking me. I'm like, I got the paper in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
So like this. I know this is about as much as what you know, and definitely no one called me and gave me, because if anyone ever gave me anything that I halfway thought would have been some funny business, I would have definitely did something.
Okay. Now, when you were arriving or leaving the parking lot there, did you see any vehicles that? Now, how many times had you been there before to his apartment?
Quite a few times.
Okay. So you were familiar with a lot of the cars that would have been there? I mean, the norm.
A couple cars stuck out that I knew that were out there. A couple big trucks.
Okay.
But as far as
you hadn't seen them before there, but in the past?
No, I recognized a few cars, like neighbors-wise. Coming in and like.
I mean, anything stick out like that was out of the ordinary?
No, sir. It was such a Friday evening. We went to the liquor store right here by Crunches and Munchies. Got a bottle of Cavassier and a pack of cigarettes. It was just normal. Sat down. I had 2 drinks before my girlfriend called me.
Okay. And y'all watch TV or anything?
The TV was on. We really just chatting it up most of the time. Like I said, I was playing with the phones.
Did you call anybody from his house or anything?
Yeah, I was on the phone the whole time, pretty much.
Who with?
My girlfriend called me, and I talked to her for about 5 minutes before I even left.
Now, does she have your phone, or do you have your phone?
She has it.
Okay, so we might be able to find, because that might be able to help us figure out about what time exactly you would have left.
Yeah.
You said whenever you left, you had tried to call her, I think?
No.
Or you said she doesn't have a phone, right?
She doesn't have a phone. She walked to her friend's house to call me.
That's what it was. All right. So she called you from her friend's house, and that's when you left?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that might...
Is she here?
Yeah, she's outside.
Yeah, she's outside in the lobby. So I guess we'll get that taken care of. Want me to go ahead and do that now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Michael. Again, Detective Gotino, your Ocala Police Department. I only caught bits and pieces that you were talking with Detective Dees about Friday. Okay. I was wondering if you could just run that by me again.
Okay.
You know, just tell me your day, Friday.
My day Friday. I woke up maybe about noonish or 1. Didn't have nothing going on. Really was just sitting around the house. He called me a couple times. I missed his call and called him back. He asked me what I had going on tonight. I'm like, I'm not doing too much. I don't have much money or whatever. And he was like, if you want, you can come by. He had a couple text messages. I told him I was going to come by.
He had a couple of what?
We had text messages back and forth.
Oh, okay.
To come by, whatever. I told him I would. I went to Big Lots. I bought a couple movies. We don't have cable, so we kind of do the movie thing. In between then, he asked me, was I coming or not? And I was like, yeah, I'm coming. I was there within like 10 minutes, time-wise.
Around what time you got to,
Early evening. I want to say about maybe 6 or 7-ish. I could be so wrong with these times. I don't want to get and be thrown off. Because like I said, I wasn't paying attention to nothing. It was just a average day. I had nothing going on.
So you basically told him, you know, it was, when you called him up, you told him he was going to be over there in the next 10 minutes.
Yeah. By that time, I was in Big Lots.
Big Lots?
Yeah, he called me. I was like, man, I'm already out and about. I'll stop by there.
Okay. So you get over there, what's going on?
Nothing. It's just so normal over there. We sit down for maybe 10, 20 minutes. And you want to have a drink? Yeah, let's have a drink. We got in the car. We rode to that liquor store. I want to say Discount Liquor.
Okay.
I mean, we went in there. We seen a couple people we know. Said hello.
Over there by Crunchies or Munchies?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We went straight back to his house.
The 3 of you guys went to the liquor store together?
No, just the 2 of us.
Okay, so you and
yeah.
went to the liquor store. Okay. Okay. I'm listening to you.
Oh, okay. Went to the liquor store. We went straight back to his house. When we got there, his ice machine doesn't work, so she went to get a phone cover, I believe, and a bag of ice. And she was back within 10 minutes and poured a glass. We talked.
Who poured a glass?
I poured my own.
Oh, what kind of glass were you drinking from?
I drank from a glass and a plastic cup, I believe.
Okay. You remember, was it a specific color? Was it clear cup? The glass?
The glass was clear and the cup was purple.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
Or purple or maybe bluish.
So, okay. So you was talking back and forth with him a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Before I even arrived.
Yeah. You had a missed calls or whatsoever.
A few text messages.
Yeah, when you was at, he called you again. You told him you'd be there.
Mm-hmm.
You get over there. You guys are hanging out a little bit. You want to drink. You go to the liquor store.
Yeah.
Get a bottle of what? You guys come back. You guys have a couple of drinks.
Mm-hmm.
You drinking?
Literally because I was on the elevator for about 2 hours, like I said.
Okay. So, okay. So if you were there for 2 hours, then around what time do you leave on Friday?
Maybe 9 or 10-ish. And like I said, too, that's also a maybe.
Okay. Who was in the house with you guys?
It was me and a walked in. That's the only guy I recognized. There was a white female that came in.
Was the white female with John?
No, sir.
Did the white female come in before or after John?
After.
What'd she do? she was there. Who was she visiting with? She was talking to Marshall. She was talking
She came to see Marshall.
She came to
Because
see
at that time I was talking to Chyavana, and that's when I was looking at their phones because her and Marshall were talking.
Okay. Were they talking back there or in the hallway or something like that?
They were the living room. I was at the kitchen table, and they were over there by the furniture and the TV, kind of.
Okay.
So in the same room, but
Further away. And this was,
Did you want him to see if he could find that time in here?
yeah. That'd be
Because I think she was going to try to do it, but she doesn't really understand how to do it.
Let me get Detective Boss to come over here.
Yeah, he might be able to help us out even more because he's an expert whenever it comes to all this.
Mhm.
My wife used to have one of these.
Yeah.
The touchscreen one, right?
Uh-huh.
The Instinct or whatever it's called.
Yes, sir.
It's cool for games.
I don't have many games on there. Well, none actually.
She had to get rid of hers because she was having problems with hers.
Her cell phone?
Yeah, she had to get they replaced it because there was some sort of computer glitch. But I think this is the newer one, right? They had like an old. They look just alike. They're a newer one and older one. I don't know if I can tell
That's
the
an older
difference.
Instinct. I got that's a not a.
This is the older version.
They got an Instinct too. I don't know if that's what you're asking me.
Yeah. That's the newer version, right?
This phone is new to me. I have another phone at the house. It's the same exact phone. I dropped that phone in a cup of soda.
Oh, okay. It's crazy. We keep meeting on these crazy. It's a shame. You know?
I really don't know what to think.
Now, I know the last time we talked was a while back, and you kind of sort of enlightened me a little bit on some of the stuff that some of the people that Mark was dealing with and everything like that. Is he pretty much still dealing with the same people?
I would say
on
this-
his business aspects.
I would say the same thing, but maybe not the same people.
Yeah.
Then, at around about that time, if you remember us talking, there was like a lot of, I want to say, beefing going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But like recently, things have been like. So,
That's what it seems like.
Yeah, like.
Matter of fact, I saw Ghetto at court maybe a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And he seemed like he actually gained a little weight, so you could tell he wasn't, because his problem was he had a problem with his with drugs, and then he would lose his temper whenever he got on.
He was looking
But
pretty bad there for a while.
Yeah, he got real thin. I saw him at court, and it looked like he'd probably gained maybe, which is usually a good sign.
I think that's just jail, though. Sometimes jail helps people.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean he actually was. He wasn't in custody at that
was he?
time.
Oh,
He was actually. I saw him actually in the hallways. He was in a suit. And
I'm sorry, I just don't think much of that guy, man.
I don't either, but sometimes we still have to deal with people. You try to still give them respect and anything you would want in return. He's never disrespected me, so I don't.
I mean, he's never really done nothing to me personally either, but I just don't really mix with his kind, I guess you could say.
Okay. I'll be back in a second.
Oh, he didn't come back? Listen, man. Hey, what's up, bro? You over there? Oh, I need you back over here, dude. Alright. So the last time that you spoke to, let me just get this straight. You go to his house, you believe it was between 6 and 7. You're hanging out, you guys go to the store, get some liquor, come back, and you guys are hanging out, okay? While you're hanging out, the guy or the girl gets there first?
The guy.
The guy, you said...
Why?
Okay, how you spell his last name?
I believe it's
He comes inside the house.
Mhm.
He's chilling with you guys.
Yeah.
He's having a couple of drinks.
No, sir.
No. Okay.
He was only there for maybe 10 minutes.
What was the nature of his visit? And bear in mind, I know Mark for a couple of years now, due to his girlfriend getting killed, and I've had a lot of conversations with Mark, and we actually sat down and spoken as to I know what kind of business he was into, so it wasn't something that it ain't something that's new to me, okay? And that's why, and it really doesn't, it's irrelevant, but I'm just trying to determine what was the nature of the visit. Was he there to buy or drop off, or you understand what I'm saying?
I think you know the nature. I think he was over there. I mean, like, I wasn't in there.
No, of course not, but you know the guy, so you know the relationship between them. So and that's what I'm trying to ain't no reason to bullshit around. You understand what I'm saying? Let's just be straight up with each other. So he meets up with them, and I guess they're doing whatever they're doing, and he leaves.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How long have you known him?
School buddies.
School buddy?
Yes, sir.
You know what kind of vehicle he drives?
I don't think he has a car. I think he's in everything from his mother's to his baby
Right.
mother's, and
Do you know how he got there?
no, sir.
Okay.
Like, I didn't go out there and see like the vehicle or who he was with,
Right.
because I never even stood up. I stay at the table.
Talking to Chyavana.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then, okay, how long was he there for? You said about
10 minutes at the most.
Okay. But he came all the way into the house?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then he left. Do you know which way he went out? The front, the back, or?
Front door.
Front
I don't
door.
know if you can even get out the back,
Oh, yeah. Why is that?
because it's gated.
Oh, okay.
Sliding door, and it goes right out there. It's not even a half of a yard.
Right. Right.
It's gate, so.
So shortly after that, a young lady comes in.
hmm
Do we know her name?
No, sir, I don't know her.
You don't know her?
From me.
Okay. Can you describe it to me?
Um,
How long after John left that this young lady showed up?
it was pretty soon after. Definitely wasn't no hours.
Okay.
Description wise, skinny white female. Brown hair. She had it up. I believe she had a hoodie on, like a jacket, you
Yeah.
know. There's nothing that really stood out about her to make me even like look at her, like even attractiveness, you know.
Was she like 6'2"?
No, sir.
32?
I'd say about 5'5", maybe.
And when you say skinny, she
She looked at like slim, like she wasn't well endowed would be a respectable word.
So you figure maybe for 5'5", what is it, 115, 125 maybe?
125 is probably giving her too much. Maybe
Yeah.
like 100.
Yeah, okay. You notice anything about her? Did you ever hear what she was saying? When she came in, hey, what's up, Cindy? Or anything to that
She
effect?
didn't speak.
Okay.
She didn't speak. She sat there and you said you already know.
Yeah, so she was there to take care of some business.
She was pretty antsy.
Okay, we'll stay with that. Okay. So she landed up leaving?
Yes, sir.
Was it a quick nature type thing?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so how long after that did anybody else come?
Not while I was there.
Okay, I was under the impression that you overheard somebody there.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, we're good. That's why I'm refreshing your
I'm
memory.
sorry.
I'm sorry. Let's turn this. Go ahead, I'm listening.
It was a male voice.
A male voice?
Yes,
Okay.
and I believe it was a white male, but I could be.
And when you said, well, let's not assume it, when you say you believe it was a white male, what made you think of that?
Just because when he walked in, he was like, "What's up, dude?" Like,
Okay.
not.
Yeah, like your little dog.
Yeah, not hood-like to me.
Okay. So, okay. Did you notice did he come all the way inside?
No, sir.
What was where were they at?
He's got a long hallway.
Right.
And they were in the hallway.
Okay.
I never seen the guy. For
Okay.
some reason, he met him right there in that hallway. Maybe he didn't want me to see. Maybe it was his guy. I don't know.
When we say guy, possibly his supplier or something like that?
Maybe. I'm
Okay,
not.
yeah,
Please
that's
don't.
cool. No, I'm not trying. Well, you understand what I'm saying? I know, to me, when you say his guy,
Well,
I'm assuming, and me growing up on the streets and stuff like that, I pretty much have the impression that my guy is like my homeboy. He's bringing my stuff and stuff like that. I understand where you're coming from.
I could be dead wrong.
You're absolutely right.
It could have just been another John, but
Hey, I have no
I
problem.
just don't understand why. That's the only thing. I'm looking at everything suspicious, you know,
Mhm.
and like John came in the house. I mean, the girl came in and she stood right there in place, you know, but like
He didn't let this guy all the way in.
I don't know if that's how he wanted it like that,
yeah,
but
right.
he definitely didn't walk in to where I could see him.
Okay. Did you hear any conversation, anything like that? Catch a shadow?
No, the convo was like almost none,
Okay.
and the guy left immediately.
Okay. Now, how are all these people getting in?
I don't know. The front gate,
Well, that's what I'm saying. You know, how are they getting in?
the house, you mean?
No, into the gated community. You know, are they call? Is he getting calls and he's giving the
Oh, his
code?
phone was going off the whole time I was there.
Okay. You understand what I'm saying? It
Yes,
ain't
sir.
like something unless he's already gave him like a prepaid code that they just come into, or they calling him and he's come on in.
I'm pretty sure that I know the code.
Well, I know you do because you his homeboy though.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? But on a regular job, you know what I'm saying? You know, he has these. You know, you just don't give your code out to just anybody. You know,
Right.
especially in the business that you're in.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not specifically talking about you. I'm talking about. Okay. Okay. So talk to me. This kid leaves. You don't hear nothing more about it, or he mentions anything like crazy white boy, or
Sits back down and we sip a little bit more.
no weed. Because you know, it doesn't really matter. You know what I'm saying?
No, sir.
I saw weed.
I do smoke
Oh, okay,
pot,
yeah.
but I didn't smoke no weed that night.
Right. Okay. So, did she get any friends coming over? Was she talking on the phone, doing anything?
I'm pretty sure she was on the phone, but none of her friends were over there.
Okay. Okay. Well, and I'm gonna be straight up with you, okay? You know, we strongly suspect that. Well, let me back up a minute. When was the last time you fired a gun?
Fired a gun?
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
Long time. Okay. Do you own a gun?
No, sir, I don't.
Okay. When you went in there, where did you go through the house? You know, did you just go into the living room, hung out there, and then took off? You know,
the living room, kitchen area.
Okay, you go to the bathroom.
Yeah, definitely use the bathroom a couple
Which
times.
bathroom do you use?
Downstairs.
Downstairs? Okay, no problem. Have you ever messed around with any of the so-called narcotics that might have had? And the reason I'm asking that is because would there be any reason we're going to find your prints on any other packages and stuff like that, blasey blasey? You know what I'm saying? And the reason I'm saying is, you know, he'll throw your bag and, you know, oh, what's this? You understand what I'm saying? Or a can or something like that. Can you give me an explanation why?
Why my prints would be there?
Yes.
I frequented his house,
Right, okay.
and for that particular night, I said we weren't smoking weed, which I wasn't, but he did show me a bag of weed,
Okay.
and I checked it out. It was some high-grade stuff, and, you know, asked me if I wanted any. I didn't really have the money for it, so
Wow.
we just left that alone. So that would explain my prints being on a bag of weed.
Okay.
Other than that, I don't know about anything that would be illegal that I would have touched in there that would raise a hair.
Okay.
And I'm pretty positive. I mean, you know, you already said you know the nature of
Yeah.
what goes on, but this particular evening it wasn't about that.
Right.
You know, we was just unwinding a little bit, had a couple drinks. It wasn't nothing business between me and him.
But does he talk to you about his business with other people, like, you know, any beef or any controversial issues that he's having with anybody else over the business itself?
I mean, of course. I mean, he comes to my house and sleeps with him and his girlfriend getting in an argument.
Yeah.
I got a couple articles of clothing at my house still
Okay.
from a couple weeks ago when he stayed at my house. So, yeah, I definitely hear all of the goings on, you know. But like I told Detective Dees last time I was in this position, there was a lot of beefing going on, you know. But like it's been pretty calm and like quiet recently, as far as
Where are we getting all this from? Where you know, if I wanted to get into the same business, then where would I be going to?
I don't understand your question.
Who would I be getting my stuff from? Who can I approach to start up my business? You know, do you know who he's dealing with?
No, sir. Marshall was the man to me.
Okay.
He was definitely, I'm not going to say boss, but he was the man. As always.
He's gonna get him to sign that.
Okay, this is Detective Boss. He's our tech guy with computers and.
How you doing?
Your first name?
Yes, sir.
And Woods?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Basically what it is, like we got this new little computer thing. We got phone, you know, obviously we found in the house. He's got a bunch of phone numbers and stuff in there. Some of them we don't know who they belong to. So what we're trying to do is everybody that we come into contact, do the same thing with their phones and see if there's anything that matches up. Basically, again, it's just like an elimination tool for you to make sure that you're, you know, not in his phone, not calling him when you're not supposed to, that kind of stuff.
And the main thing was we had discussed with you also, we're trying to pinpoint the time frame that you had left the house. What you were thinking was 9:10. You said the best way to find it out, you said, was when your girlfriend called you, and you said you left pretty much right after that. And you said she called you from her friend's number, right? So I got to find out from her what that number is. Okay.
Yes, sir.
This form here, I mean...
I ain't trying to cut him off.
No, go ahead.
That phone, you're not going to find probably the history, because I got that phone Saturday morning. I dropped my phone in a cup of soda, but I still have my other phone. If I'd have thought it would be any of relevance, I would have brought it in. I could still bring it in.
Does it work?
It works, but you know how that's touch screen and the LCD lights up? It's so dim.
What kind of phone is it?
Same
Just
as
like
that
this.
phone.
Just like that?
Just like this.
You might still be able to
Yeah.
pull information out of it, but
So this will only have information from Saturday morning on.
Saturday morning, yeah.
Okay.
Friday, when was the last time you spoke to over the phone? Do you remember? Was it before you got over to his house? Did you speak to him after you left?
I didn't speak to him after I left at all.
So it was before you got there that you spoke to him.
I got a judge waiting on me.
Okay.
Let me do this real quick. Basically, this technology is so new, we don't even have a form for it yet. This is for a vehicle, but everywhere it says vehicle, I scratched out and said cell phone. So it just says, I, Michael Woods, have not been promised anything in exchange for consenting to the search. I have not been threatened in any way to force or compel me to give this voluntary consent to search my cell phone. I have the right to refuse the search of my cell phone. I fully understand that anything found in the search of my cell phone may be used against me in a court of law. I am sober, competent, and sufficiently intelligent to understand this form and any of my rights. I can read, write, and understand the English language. I have received the following formal education. What's the highest school would you?
Some college.
Some college, okay. And it basically just says, I hereby authorize Detective and other officers he may designate to assist him who have identified themselves as officers of the Ocala Police Department to conduct a complete search of my cell phone and the content within. Let's see, it's a Samsung Sprint. What's your cell phone number?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If it's okay, I just need your signature on this X right here.
What is this? Are you taking my phone right now?
I'm just going to take it to my desk. I got a computer right there. I'm just going to plug it in. It dumps it, and I give it right back to you.
Okay.
Is there any kind of locks on it or anything?
No, sir.
You want to take that, or just want to ignore it, whatever you want to do?
I think I'll just ignore it.
Okay. That'll work. Just give me 1 second.
Michael, I know last time you was in the Centracco case, they did a DNA swab on you. I'm gonna go ahead and get another one, if that's okay with you. It's just an elimination process. But, you indicated that, I'm having a little problem with this in the fact of the time frame, just a little bit, okay? Because, you actually might be placing yourself there when all this happened. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand.
And that's
I'm
why.
just telling you guys the truth.
No.
I'm throwing myself under the bus if that's what it takes. Then
No. I'm not. Understand what I'm trying to tell you, that maybe time wise we might be off here a little bit there and there, and that's why I'm trying to figure out what
Okay.
because you're saying that you left there.
I believe so. Yeah. It definitely wasn't too late at night.
Okay, but it was dark already, and it was Friday. Huh. Now you said that when you left, nobody else was there. Just and
Chyavana.
Okay. Did they indicate, if anybody was coming out of town or anything like that they were expecting, anything
No.
to that effect? Okay. I was listening to what you were saying that when what's his name came over to the house, he peeked over the hole. You didn't pay no mind, you left him there. Well, fortunately, we actually, I'm under the impression that you actually opened the door and he was hanging out with you for at least 2 hours with Mr.
It wasn't 2 hours, and he came over to my house to get pills.
Okay. And you understand what I'm saying?
I'm sorry, sir. It's,
No, listen, we're good with it, man, I need you to be straight up with me. You know what I'm saying? Let me ask you a question.
I just didn't want to
Let me ask you a question.
throw no dirt on the man's name, you know?
You absolutely, and I understand that. But, it's not going to make any difference. I know what business he's in. We, like I told you before, when his girlfriend got killed, we actually sat down here in a room, me, him, and Sergeant Martin, and other super, and we just had a discussion over this, okay? And it's like, it's no secret what he does, okay? I grew up in the streets in New York, in the Bronx, born and raised there. I left there when I was 26 years old. I pretty much know how things are done. You know what I'm saying? And I'm able to determine, who's doing what, because that's just our nature,
Well, to clean my face and not to, because if that's what he told you, I'm not trying to mess his
listen,
story up.
And this is
He came to
between,
my house. He got 3 pills from me. I didn't even take no money from him.
okay.
Okay, it was kind of like, here, man. You know what I'm saying?
And listen, I'm not trying to implicate you in any drug transaction. I'm not here. I don't care about any of that.
I just wanted to keep that separate because I just figured if y'all thought drugs were involved, I would see it as that and not try to.
No. That's why I'm trying to relate to you that we already know what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much I already knew you was down with the program because you're hanging out with. You understand what I'm saying? It ain't, you can't situation like that put a blind eye to. You know what's going on, so you have to be down with the program. You're part of that inner circle.
Yeah.
And didn't have too many inner circle.
No,
people,
you didn't.
You know what I'm saying? And I sat down and spoke to the men about that. So when it comes to the narcotics bit, if you think we're trying to implicate you in a narcotic, but you could believe me that I don't care about any of that.
I honestly just wanted to keep it.
Well,
on
what you're doing is if you do try to keep it away, we already know, and it's actually hurting more because now we know that you're trying to cover up for something. So I need to determine what you're trying to cover up for, and if it's because of the drug, then that's cool. I don't got a problem with that. That's what I'm telling you. Don't worry about that. Let's talk about it. Let's get it out of the air because
He
we
definitely wasn't at my house for no 2 hours.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. So they came over to your house, okay, and was it Gersha that was getting pills from you whatsoever?
Gershaw and Pollock.
Okay, they're both getting pills. Okay, so they were there to get pills. So when you went, and that was before you even went, was that the same day that you went over to, that was on Friday?
No, this was yesterday.
Oh, yesterday. Oh, okay. Okay.
Valentine's Day.
Okay. So what do you guys talk about when it came to shit?
It really wasn't too much talks as far as me and talking about it. Of course, we were like, we were just talking about how messed up it was and like, what are we gonna do?
Well, and I'm gonna be straight up with you, okay? I know more about, okay, and I know that he's not gonna keep that inside.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So I know that he met up with somebody and they were, you understand? I know more about it, and all I'm trying to do is corroborate that information with you. You know what I'm saying? Because I know if he came talking to you, okay, you being my boy, he's gonna tell you, yo, man, I got this call, bro. I met up, bro. We did this and this and this, and I'm like, yeah, I ain't into this, and I took off. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And that's what I'm trying to establish, man. You understand? You're not a snitch or nothing like that. I'm trying to find out what actually he told you that you recall he told you.
He told me that. Said that he went over there and he seen bullet holes in the door, and that he was nervous or scared or whatever. This is coming out of mouth.
Who's?
That's how I know him as. Like the paper said, the guy from out of town. I guess the one who found him.
Okay.
I know him by.
Well, let me ask you a question. What looks like?
Tall white kid.
Okay.
What stands out about him?
Okay.
I don't know.
So what did he tell you? Just so I could get back to.
Is that he thinks
So he came over to your house. For how long? Him and Paul stayed in your house.
maybe?
And they just went to get some pills.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So were you there talking? Because I know the conversation came up because of Marshall. What was said?
That we were talking about y'all guys coming to talk to us probably, and was kind of upset. He was more or less, I want to say throwing the towel. I don't know what what the phrase would be. He was talking kind of crazy a little bit.
Oh yeah.
That he wants to get away and that he's done with everything and like this is it and whatever and all that. He was pretty tore up. Like I said, I didn't even charge him no money for the pills. I just here you go.
Yeah. But what did he actually tell you about this guy?
He just said that found him.
Okay. But
That's Jackson.
Yeah.
Same one. I guess everybody calls him. That's his nickname, I guess, right?
I thought
That's what your
Jackson
girlfriend told me.
I thought
that
Jackson
was
was
his
his
nickname.
nickname, but
So what did he tell you? How did that come about that he hooked up with?
he said called him. He didn't really say nothing about hooking up.
Okay, well, called him, and what did he say? Told him
that there was bullet holes in my door, and he thinks that something might have happened to him. And he's been knocking on the door and calling and everything.
So what did they state that he did after?
Nothing.
Okay, did he say that he met up with or anything like that?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Now, getting back to the situation with you indicating that you were at my house to 9, 10 o'clock that evening. Okay. And I know this, you're actually placing yourself at a location where we believe the crime occurred.
But I just know that's the truth. There's no way I could deny like me not being there. Like I said, I sat down, I had drinks. I'm sure like you can find prints at least, even if it's just on an alcohol bottle. Like I'm not gonna sit here and say I wasn't over there.
No, definitely.
Yeah, we were definitely hanging out. We definitely went to the liquor store. We definitely had a couple drinks. Time frame wise, maybe the phone had helped get a little more precise because my girlfriend called and I left like immediately after that.
After she called?
Yeah, and she called me. She wanted her car back. There was no food in the house or whatever, so like she kind of wanted me home. So I like went home.
Let me go and get a DNA swab so I could do that while they're pulling your pulling your information from your phone, and we'll kill those two birds in one shot, and and we'll take care of that, okay?
Right.
And I'm gonna give you my business card, man. If you hear anything, man, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody need to know anything. Lead me the right direction. That's your boy, am I right?
Man,
You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry.
It's all right, man.
I'm sorry about that, bro.
I'm just tired of this, man.
I'm sorry about that.
Listen, though, I didn't mean to withhold that from y'all, but I just didn't want y'all to think that this was just some drug deal or whatever. This is my friend, you know?
No, I understand, bro. I understand that it's all good, man. I understand. So
I had 4 pills in my house, and I gave them to him. Like, here you guys go. I don't do pills.
let me ask you a question about Gersher. When you saw him, when he was talking to you about this, and all this was going on, what was your impression? What do you think was going on with Gersher? Did he appear different, indifferent? You like called him strange, or was he just the way he's around, the way he's always is?
It was emotional.
Huh?
So, but like, that's what I would expect him to be.
Right. Okay.
And he was sober, man. I don't know if you know anything about them pills. They kind of hold people.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was just him trying to play that sympathy card
Right.
with me, or if it was genuine emotion. I know they were friends too, but I don't know. I really don't know how to answer that question.
Let me ask you a question about Mark. Did Mark ever think anything about? Did he tell you anything about? Like, I don't know. Sometimes I think about. You understand what I'm saying?
The only thing we ever talked about, me and my talked about is how he was just going downhill on them pills. That was it. Because a couple years ago, we would pick and laugh at people who were hooked on these things, man, and couldn't get out of bed and throwing up and being physically sick. And he ended up jumping off that bridge, and like, I don't know. That's kind of, me and my kind of got tighter after that, because we kind of took out the circle a little bit.
Wow.
Because not like he was a liability, he was just, you couldn't really trust him anymore.
Right.
I mean, anybody who has an addiction, man.
Well, I do. I've seen many of them.
Well, if you can kind of understand, I mean, I would kind of distance myself. I used to live with
Okay. Yeah, I remember that.
I used to live with him. Like, that came to an end.
And that girl or something like that. That was your
Julia.
girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know. Ever since around that time, man, it's just been going downhill on the pills. But like, he came to my house, and I know that he was definitely upset. But the way I think, and I'm not trying to be cold-hearted to him or try to come off like a tough ass to you. Excuse my language. It's just I thought he was just trying to play that violin
Right.
because he knew I had a
Get the
couple
pills. Okay.
pills over there. Because I was upset too, but I'm not calling you to,
Mhm.
hey man, you got a bag of weed over there, man.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the first thing he asked me when he called me, is if I had any pills over there.
Mhm.
So,
So,
and right at that time, I thought that was the last thing he should have been asking me.
do you believe that? Does he own a gun? Have you ever seen him with a gun lately?
I think he's got legal.
What kind of guns he owns?
I'm not sure. Maybe a shotgun.
Oh, shotgun. No
Yeah.
revolvers, handguns.
I haven't seen them personally, but like I said, me and when we see each other, it's just usually about that. We don't really hang like
No.
we used to anymore.
Okay. Okay. Now, does knows where Mark lives?
Yes, sir.
Has he been there?
I would say definitely. I've never went over there together with. I've never done that, but I'm pretty positive that he goes over there.
And for business purposes only, or pleasure, hang out like you and Mark?
Well, I said that me and we would talk about it.
Yeah.
So if you're asking me my opinion, I would just say business, because
Okay.
we kind of look down upon that, because it's kind of it's a gross addiction, man. It's nasty,
Wow.
and like, especially when you go from being this guy and like now you're this guy. You're not the dude who we made friends with. You're like somebody else now.
So, in your opinion, do you believe that Gersher will be in a position to walk around Mark's house freely, going upstairs, downstairs, and all the rooms and all that?
I'd say yeah,
Okay.
but I've never been in there with him at the same time.
Okay. All right. I appreciate your time, and let me just take care of this so we can get you out of here, okay? You get your phone? You didn't get your phone back.
And I
Yeah.
told you, if he's having a problem getting the stuff out this phone, I got another phone out the house. Y'all are more than welcome to it.
All right, appreciate it. So anyway, Michael, how you been?
I mean, I've been all right. I just been kind of trying to be as normal as I can, you know.
I hate you, man.
Like yesterday, we went out, got some dinner, man, and watched the movie for Valentine's Day, trying to be normal, I guess.
I hear you. It's a shame, man, but you know, I'm just gonna swab you. I live with you. So, let me ask you a question. What do you think happened here? You know, what have you heard?
I haven't heard nothing, but what I think might have happened, I think he got robbed. And that's just...
Well, you were
Simple
there.
as that.
Well, let's go back a minute, okay? You believe he got robbed, okay? I was in the apartment. I was in the house, the duplex. I was in there. I went through all the rooms and all that. And I know you've been in there too, and you know, you've been through that. What was there when you were there that possibly I didn't see?
as far as, like, you know,
Anything.
money or drugs.
Money, drugs, anything, yes.
I didn't see a large amount of money. I have been over there and seen quite a...
No, but I'm talking about now, you know, you were there, okay? You know, he was bringing people back and forth, okay? What I'm looking to find out is, what do you think was there, what was there while you were there that possibly is not there now when I went there? You know, what was his stash at?
I know that he kept his pills in the kitchen.
In the kitchen where?
Various cabinets. He would move them because I would go over there and get some pills from him sometimes, and he'd go in here, he'd go in there, but always in the cabinet.
Okay, what kind of pills?
Oxycodones, Roxy's they call them, Blues they call them, 30s they call them.
These big bags or small little bags?
Small little bottles.
Little bottles he keeps in?
A little bottle like that holds like 100.
Mm-hmm.
So 1,000 would be, it's real small.
Right.
That's about it, man. Because I know he wasn't really messing with anything else. That's where the bread and butter was coming from.
Okay, so he kept them around the kitchen. Anywhere else he would have kept it at?
I don't know. Like I said, whenever I would call, we would always get our understood. Whenever I did go over there for business,
Right.
That's what it was. I went over there and did that, so he would already have me ready.
Okay.
So like I don't know if that was just for flash, just to show me. I mean, I've got people that I've known my whole life who I wouldn't let see where I dump my change at night.
Oh,
just
definitely.
because of how I think,
Right.
you know?
Definitely.
But as far as that day, I didn't really see no large amount of pills, but I wasn't over there for that.
Right.
Obviously, there was something going on because his phone wasn't stopped ringing and people were coming and going.
Now, let me ask you a question. While you were there, you know, we already know that people were coming in and out.
Mhm.
Okay. Did you notice where he was going? If he was, you and I know that he was involved in transactions. Simple as that. That's something. That's a done deal. My question is, where was he going to get his stuff to complete the transaction? Was he going into the kitchen?
Kitchen.
Okay, kitchen. Do you know where in the kitchen he was going to? You know, and that's okay, because I want to make sure if there's stuff supposed to be in there, it's not there. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I'm looking for.
This kitchen, refrigerator,
Right.
cabinets right here.
Right.
And he would go into that cabinet.
Okay.
Now I'm telling you this, if y'all didn't find nothing, I'm not saying that I've seen 100,000 pills in there or god awful amount of money.
Right.
Me saying that he got robbed is the only thing I would think that,
So he would keep his stuff in there.
yeah, the pills. Money, I don't know. Who knows with the money? But I could be wrong, man, but like, why else? What else? You got robbed.
Definitely. Okay. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Let me put this away. Hey, Mike. I'm sorry about that. I was looking at some of the phone records and it showed that you did talk to several times during the day. I want to say on the 12th, Friday, You guys spoke around midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, 11:30 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? You remember those conversations?
I believe so.
Okay. But there was one, the last one was late in the evening. And you saying that the last time you called him in the evening was when you was heading over there, am I right?
I believe so.
Okay. So, and you said that you were there for approximately 2 hours?
About, I know that my girlfriend was watching the movie, and about the time that the movie started and ended, I was back with her. So
What movie was she watching? Oh, was one of these,
I'm not sure. I don't know what she was watching.
see, because they're having a little bit of problem with your phone.
What's
Okay.
wrong with that?
Well, I don't know. He had to step out and get a judge to sign some documents. Are you willing to bring that other cell phone over here to
I
us?
will. You can follow me to the house. I can bring it
No,
right
I don't
back.
need to follow you nowhere. Listen, and we could sit
That's a
here.
refurbished phone, by the way.
Okay, we could sit here and have a conversation and try and change things around. I'm not here to try and trick you or nothing like that. I'm here to be straight up with you, man. You know, do you know of anything that happened here? Simple as that. You know, did you happen, you know, to get a glimpse of what might have happened here with Mark? You know,
No, sir.
because if for example, if you were there, okay, and started hitting a fan and you took off running for your own safety, I got no problem with that. You understand what I'm saying? Because right now, as it looks, you might have been there when all this started to go down. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to, you know, that's your boy, man. You know what I'm saying? That's your boy, and I don't got a problem with that. But you know, if you were there, dude, I need your help, man. You know what I'm saying? I need to find out what happened. And if somebody's gonna go inside the house and start shooting, I'm getting the f out of there. You know what I'm saying? No matter what, man. And you know what? I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna try and stay out of this because I don't want nobody to think that I had anything to do with this. You understand? And that's not the case here, man. That's your boy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why, you know, I'm sitting back and I'm thinking and thinking and thinking. I'm like, dude, man. You know, you know, and I've been doing this for a long time, and you know, and I got that little street smart just like you. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the hood, and I'm like, dude, anywhere I try to turn this, it puts you right there. You know what I'm saying? And I try to ask myself, if he was there, then why is he not saying that he was there? And I know why. First of all, because you're scared that somebody's going to come back and says, well, you did something there. I don't believe that's the case here. You understand what I'm saying? Because you're there chilling over your boy. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I'll be scared. You know, if somebody comes in there, somebody comes to the front and starts happening out there in the front, and you saw what the hell was going on, you got to get the out of there. Because you got to think about who? About my
Yes, sir.
getting killed. You know, it's already, you know, well, you're not armed. You can't defend nobody. You got to take care of yourself. And the only way you can take care of yourself is by getting out of there. And if you were there, I believe that's what happened. And I'm sitting there and I'm going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Man, this ain't right, man. There's something wrong here, okay? There's something wrong here. Let me sit down and think about that. I'm trying to apply common sense. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
And you're a smart man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, you sit there. You know, you're very eloquent. You know the way you talk. You know what I'm saying? You know, you seem like a very smart gentleman. Okay, that got caught up in something that you shouldn't have. Okay, but you know, you're part of my circle.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you know what gets into or does, and you know that what happened to. You know that in business has risks. Okay. And at any moment given time, man, you just got to take care of yourself.
I understand what you're saying, but that's definitely not the case. I was definitely not there
Okay.
when it happened. I didn't run for my life, is what you're saying. Like, I didn't get away in the nick of time. I'm seeing it as, I thank God for my girlfriend right now, because she called me. If she wouldn't have called me, I'd have still been there getting drunk.
Right.
Okay? And then maybe your scenario would have been the truth, or maybe I would have been dead.
You're absolutely right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just that I got the call and I left. As far as those times being off, I wasn't watching my clock, and then
No, of course not. Of course
especially
not.
the whole when I found out what happened, it threw me off. And that phone is a refurbished phone. I can bring you my other phone in here, see if that will work better.
Okay.
But
you understand what I'm saying? I'm just trying
yeah,
to
you're
play some
saying
common sense.
that I'm
It's
placing
poss-
myself at the crime.
It's possible that you might have been there when shit started hitting the fan, and the first reaction is, oh shit, I got to step, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, because you don't know what's going on over there. All you hear is what you hear. You know what I'm saying? And that's, to be honest with you, and I didn't even ask you to come down here for that. I came down here just to briefly talk to you about your whereabouts, about you know what's been going on with Mark and all that. But in briefly listening to what you were telling Detective Dees, and looking at the time frame and all that, it's like, wow, because we're able to corroborate around what time this happened. You understand what I'm saying? And I know people showing up, and just hit the fan right there on the spot. There's no question about it. And but you realize that, and I'm not saying you were there, but as to what you are telling me is that if you were in fact there, okay, we have no control of what other people are doing. We have no, our adrenaline starts pumping. It's like flying risk mode. And man, that's where I'm at with that. I believe that you might have been there based on what you're telling me. Okay, and if you were in fact there, okay, when it happened, then we need to come out. We need to start talking about why you never said anything as to you probably being there.
I would have not withheld that. We were business partners, but you leave out the friend aspect, because
definitely friends.
We were friends before we even knew what a dime bag of weed was.
Yeah, but you got to realize one thing, man. I know he's your boy too, and if somebody's going to go in there and start shooting up or doing whatever the hell they're doing, you got to think about yourself first, and then come back and take care of business. You understand what I'm saying? And I think that's what I would have done.
I would have at least,
if
I didn't call the police, I would have at least circled the wagon. I would have at least got the boys together.
Right.
I would have at least took. It might have been a stupid and most rage and irrational thing to do, but I would have at least done that. Okay, if I felt like my life was at risk, I got places I can go.
Right.
Like, I can leave.
I believe you.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm trying to live my life too.
No, definitely.
And I didn't feel until you just gave me this scenario that my life was in danger, because I wasn't involved.
Okay. Well, I'll be right up. Okay. Okay, I'll do that. Okay. What color is the Jeep? Okay, hold on. I'll have him call, okay? Yes, that's what I'm asking. Okay. Okay, let me call and talk to him about that, okay? He wants you to call Ryan, see if he picks up.
Sure, no problem.
But I'll give you your phone now. But you understand what I'm saying? And I'm not indicating that you did anything wrong here.
I
Believe
understand.
me, I don't. You know, because I go back, I know he's your boy. You're part of that inner circle. You understand? I don't think boys like that will be, you understand what I'm saying? I'm thinking that if you were in fact there, okay, shit, something happened, man. Somebody came in, did something, or was it a job like we talked? You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
And just started hitting the fan, and we get that flight risk situation going on, and we do things that we have no control, and one of those things is just taking off and coming back. And I understand where you come from, as to you would have went around and whatsoever.
At the least, like if I didn't call the police,
Mhm.
let's just say if I barely got away,
Mhm.
I would at least did that.
Yeah.
Okay, because that was my friend first and foremost, and I just watched him die. There's no way I could like live with that.
Definitely.
Or I've never been in a situation, so I can't even tell you what I would have done. But like, it's just that I understand what you're saying. It's just that was just not the case.
Right, and like I said, the only reason I was thinking about that is because of the time frame that you
I understand, and like I said, if I have to throw myself under the bus to clear my name and to help you at the same time,
I do appreciate that.
then that's what I would do. Like I said, and there's no way I can deny that.
And let me tell you something. I do believe you, okay? But and I'm just referring back to what you're saying, and I'm just trying to apply some common sense to it. You don't mind taking a polygraph test?
No, I don't mind.
Okay. We ain't gonna do it today or anything like that. What I am gonna do is I'm gonna bring your phone in here, because they're over there at Girl's house. See if we can call Ryan and see if he's willing to come out and step outside to the detective over there. Is that cool?
Whatever y'all need, man.
I'll be back. Let me get your phone. Give him a call. See if he picks up.
If he picks up, what would I say? Hey, man, detective at your door?
Yeah, just tell him to go outside and talk to Detective Dees. He's calling now. Oh,
Voicemail. Let me try again.
it's going to voicemail. Yeah, who you there with? Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Okay. I know who she is. She's
Voicemail.
okay. It's going to voicemail. Just give me a second. She is associated with the. You said that came over your house yesterday, Sunday, around what time?
Me and my girlfriend got a pretty early dinner. I think it was around about 3 or 4 when we were eating.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like right before that. As soon as he left, we left right behind him.
All right. And I know what you was.
I can check my phone.
Go ahead. Oh, the last phone call with your girlfriend?
No, cause called me.
Just now?
No, yesterday.
Okay.
If you wanted me to look at that,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he was there pretty soon afterwards.
Go ahead, answer. See who it is.
Hello. Hey, what's going on, man? I'm sitting at the OPD office, man. I'm about to call you back. All right. No, that's definitely not him.
Okay. Now, and I know you guys talked about him getting information from okay. But did he tell you that he ever went over there? And this is very crucial because we have, information that somewhat corroborates that. Okay.
He definitely did not tell me he went over there.
Okay.
And in fact, when he told me that was over there, I'm not going to say snooping around, but seeing what's going on, I told don't go over there.
Right.
Okay, because that's just, if you weren't over there within the time frame or whatever, if you had nothing to do with it, you don't need to be over there like right now, is kind of what I told him. So if he went over there, that was completely, I know nothing about that.
Okay.
He definitely told me he did not go over there.
Now,
And I don't see why he would lie to me about that.
him and what about them two together?
Relationship, I think that his standpoint on is about me. He's a cool guy. I mean, he comes into town from time to time, and we definitely party together. We partied with him, and he used to live in Gainesville. I think he lives in Jacksonville now. I know was a little more cooler with him than I am. It's just that's my friend, you know. And him and kind of have their little thing, hanging around and whatnot. But I'd say they're pretty cool, man.
What's up with Kyle then? Between him and him and Mark? Is it business?
I think he's just a childhood friend. I think he's I want to say a stand-up guy, but I'm not finna sit there and vouch for the man because, like I said, I don't really know him like that. He's a cool guy. I've been out drinking with him. I've chilled and partied with him. He's always cool. He's always quiet. Nothing sticks out about him. He's like just a typical college kid, rich boy. Parents got money, I think.
Guns, anything like that,
Never seen that. Never seen that. Not with college.
Now, then
I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen the two in the room together. I can't recall the last time, but then you're asking me about somebody who like really wants to beat my face in.
okay.
Because I used to mess around with his sister and it kind of got messy towards the end.
Okay.
I lost contact with him a little while ago.
All right.
He hasn't even called me. I'm surprised he hasn't called me about this. I'm sure he knows about it. But definitely don't know nothing about and moved away and that was it.
Appreciate it. I'm gonna let you go.
Is my girlfriend getting questioned or she?
No, you can talk to her. I'll bring her over here.
You alright, honey?
Could you hear me? Because I know they can hear me talking. I'm bored.
Just be cool. I'm finna go.
You know, they're sitting there, not talking to you, not talking to me, looking at us like hamsters in that little TV room.
Calm down, please.
Back hurts.
I'm hungry too. Mind if I get some of that water?
Please.
Sitting here talking my ass.
You probably heard me talking shit, that's why I let me come in here with you.
I asked about you.
You crack my back hurts. Pick me up harder, baby. I'm like, I know y'all hear me. Took my little laser pointer, started pointing in the thing.
Stop. Why are you being... Don't cut up.
Baby, I was bored. I went out about as much as I can, but I don't need to just leave me in
This
there.
is almost over.
Leave me in there forever staring at me.
You alright though?
Yeah. They asked me if I knew any of Shannon's friends, and the only girl I knew was that one girl, D or whatever. You know, that one of the twins. Showed him her MySpace.
Yeah, I heard him say something about MySpace. Showed him your MySpace
Huh? I showed him her MySpace.
on my page.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I just want to help out as much as I can.
Yeah, me too.
That one guy's really nice. The one who,
Both of them are pretty cool, man.
the one, the Hispanic guy was getting on my nerves.
He's all right.
He just like asked me the exact same stuff that homeboy
He's got
asked
to
me.
get it. He's got to. That's his
Why
job.
don't
He's just
y'all
doing his job.
communicate though? Like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
He's doing his job.
Like asking me what the whole thing that was aggravating me the most is like what time you left. That's the whole reason why we're trying to get these freaking phone records.
I think he already got it.
Duh. That don't take no hour.
They just came in here and asked me about some phone calls.
I don't even know what number we're looking for. I don't know the number. I'm sorry, I want a cigarette.
I just need you to stop.
I love you.
Me too.
I walked by and I seen you. Did you see me walk by?
No.
You were like this.
I'm really hungry.
Me too. Back feel so nauseous, like want to puke.
I think so.
I hope so. Can we look at a pregnancy test when we leave?
Alright. If the you ain't smoking no more cigarettes, you ain't doing nothing.
I don't want to smoke a cigarette now, though. First 48, they let them smoke.
This is stop, babe.
They do. I watch TV.
I love you.
I love you, sweetness. I am hungry. What do you want to eat? I don't even know what I have a taste for, do you?
My stomach's just growling real loud.
Do you know kind of what I want? Wing house or chicken bites with the Dallas sauce.
I hate that Dallas sauce.
That's the
It's
only
gross
sauce.
to me.
That's the only sauce I like. You want a wrap? Can I sit by you and hug you?
Yeah.
That's what I like.
Just give me a hug. We're finna leave though.
I don't think we're leaving yet.
Hey, Michael. That's cool. He's gonna do your phone again. You guys can come out here and hang out while he's done with it. And if you could bring me your other phone, all I'm gonna try and do is verify your timing, okay? Just to make sure that we're not off or anything like that. Because you said your last phone call was you received from her, you left right after that. Okay, no problem. And we'll just look at the cameras and all that after that. What I want you to do is I'm gonna give you a business card, okay? You know, I guess he wants to play a little game. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
I don't understand what he's doing
Yeah,
right now.
mouse and cat and mouse and stuff like that. You know, he has nothing to worry about. He should be able to come over here and talk to us because he's done it before.
Yeah.
You know, he's come up here with no problem whatsoever and came and sat down and talk to us. Now, is he deep into it, bro? You know, I'm talking about into the pills already. You gone that deep now?
I don't know, man. I'd say it's a problem.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Now, before he called you about, when was the last time you guys spoke?
I'm not sure about that.
I'd say whenever he called and said that nobody can get hold of him. Or is that what he's talking
That's
about?
what he's talking about.
Oh,
Me and we go days without talking sometimes.
Yeah. Does he normally just call for business?
He rarely chills. Sometimes he wants to hang out, but like I said, his girlfriend and my girlfriend don't really get along. And he lives with her, and I live with her. You know, so what are you gonna do? You gonna come over here so they can cat fight the whole time? So like, I don't know the last time I talked to him.
Look at the phone record.
That'd be cool. All right. Do me a solid, man. You know how it is, bro. When you leave here, bro, this is just you and I.
Oh, trust me, man.
You know what I'm saying? Talk to me. What were you wearing at Walmart?
Oh my goodness. A polo and some.
I know I didn't have a jacket on because I was freezing.
I was burning up.
I think I had on some shorts and maybe kind of like the same get up with the.
Yeah, he says he had some shorts or something like that. Something similar. Shorts? Something similar to what he had wearing today?
I can just remember being cold.
Yeah, like jean shorts.
And like running to the car.
You had a hoodie on?
No.
No, no hoodie.
He had one like this little, like a
Yeah,
thermal.
like one of those thermal shirts on.
Because I remember getting picked at for not being prepared for the weather.
Well, his shirt must have been. What color was his shirt?
Was it red? I don't. Oh, it was it your like shirt?
No, it wasn't wearing that.
I have no idea then. It wasn't your red one because you wore your red one yesterday for Valentine's Day. No. I couldn't begin to tell you.
Hey, they don't remember.
I'm sorry. That's awful. I don't remember what I was wearing.
But did you have flip flop? Were you wearing something like that? Flip flop?
Yeah.
Hey, he was wearing flip flops.
Because your socks were dingy.
Yeah.
I remember that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. My email? ML? I'm sorry. TA.
Man,
Yeah, what time is that?
I'm warm.
Well, send it over to me so I can look at it, okay? Alright. Well, if they got you on video over there, which I believe is going to be you, it's not up 10 o'clock in the evening, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, you must have been smoking too much.
What, that we went to Walmart?
Yeah.
Was it later or earlier?
Around what time you think it was?
Not that long after you picked me up because she went with us. I don't know. We'll be able to, like I said, again, talk about like.
It was about 8:49.
Was it?
Is it dark by then now?
8:49?
Oh.
Yeah, it's dark.
Pretty dark.
I know that it wasn't that long after you picked me up, though. We went home.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man, about those times, bro.
I know, we got that. I'm telling you, bro. That's why we need to verify
Yeah.
this
We went
information.
home for a little while, and then I called
That's why we
Sharon.
need to get that number when she called you so we can look at that.
Do you want me
Because,
to write that number down for you so you don't know?
yeah, well, is it on that number? Is it on that phone?
I
Yeah. What?
restored it.
Let them download. Come on here, guys. I like to have a seat. Now remember, did he advise you of your rights?
Who?
Did these advise you of your rights? Okay, and there's no reason to be trying to, you're not a, you understand what I'm saying? You're not under arrest or nothing like that. You're free to leave whatever you want. I just want to re-emphasize with you that
What I say can and will.
not much of that, man. Listen, man, you know how the word gets out. You know what I'm saying? Rumors will start spreading around and shit like that, you know.
That's the kind of the reason why I haven't really been answering the phone. I haven't really been leaving the house too much because I already know how the rumors go. All it takes is for somebody to start saying something and it gets filtered down through the line, and then next thing you know, it's blown out of proportion and it's wrong information and it's this and that. I've been through that a couple times before.
I just want to make sure that, your late prints or your DNA don't come back to anything that it shouldn't come back to. You understand?
Okay.
That supposedly when you were there, nothing happened. So there shouldn't be a reason why your DNA should be on certain items that are pertinent to the investigation.
Okay.
And again, I go back to that theory that, if in fact you were there during the time frame of the incident, and either you fled or they left you alive for some reason, God only knows. and they force you to do something, and those are things I want you to think about.
Okay.
But I understand when you're telling me that you weren't there, but I just needed to throw that out there because again, when shit happens, we're pushed to a corner, and that's when we realize what we're capable of doing or not. And I don't know, man. Who do you think was trying to rob him this time? Was he planning to rip off? I knew he was planning to rip somebody off.
I knew nothing about that. And I don't know why I was left out the loop for that.
Yeah.
So whoever told you that, I'm not finna sit there and call him a liar, but I didn't know nothing about ripping off.
Yeah, we knew about that, but he was contemplating that from what I understand. And just a little bit.
I don't know, man. Talked a lot though. He wouldn't hurt nobody, man. Wouldn't.
I know he wouldn't hurt nobody, but I know more rip people off because he said it before. He told us that, in fact, it was Ace, I think, that went and did Stokes and what's his name? What's the other nickname they use for him? Brother?
No idea.
I'll find the nickname. You know who I'm talking about. I'll show you his picture. You know who I'm talking about. Apparently they ripped them off on that during the Centracco incident. They thought they might have been involved. Came back retaliated or something like that. And that's why I'm just asking you. Anything and everything.
And if this was a retaliation for him getting ripped off, I don't know why. I mean, I know why he wouldn't, because even if I ripped somebody off, I wouldn't be flashing in front of nobody. But I didn't hear nothing, I didn't see nothing different. Even as far as him with new clothes and nothing like that, everything was so normal. I got a pretty good, I guess sense. I can walk in the room, you could just feel the tension, and it was just so relaxed. It was nothing, I had my shoes off, and I was just thinking about absolutely nothing, So I definitely didn't get the vibe that.
Talking about shoes, since you was there that night, we're probably gonna need to look at your shoes.
All right.
Okay, just to eliminate them from there,
Okay.
to see who actually was there that shouldn't have been there.
All right.
Okay, so that's something that I'm gonna need you to do. Whenever you get a chance, bring back the receipt, and because the receipt so it can help us find you.
Yes, I think that that 8 o'clock thing is too early. I'm thinking so.
Okay.
I can go to the house and I can come right back with that. And if you need that other phone, you're more than welcome to it.
Yeah, if you don't mind, I appreciate it. Okay, let's go ahead and say we just finished. So you can give me your cell phone. You guys get out of here.
All right.
Okay, Mike. Right. Before I can ask you any questions about, what you're here for, you understand I have to read you your rights, and, it's up to you whether you want an attorney or whether you want to even discuss this at all. And anytime you don't want to discuss it, you can stop. But before I can even move any further and ask you any questions about what we're here for, I have to go over your waiver of rights. Do you understand that? It is now 8:52 p.m. You said you're 27 years old, is that correct, Mike?
Yes, sir.
What is your date of birth, sir? And you have completed, you have your GED, I know. Have you attended any college at all?
Yeah.
How many years?
I completed a semester.
Okay. So you have,
A year.
we can say 12 plus, because you got your high school diploma, plus you've been into, you've started some college.
Yeah, me and went to college together.
Marshall I didn't know he had went. Where'd y'all go?
CFCC.
You live at which address? Okay. So, okay, now that's where your grandparents live. So that's where you stay at the most.
Yeah.
And all right, here's the deal. You understand that you have the right to remain silent. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
If you understand that, I need you to initial that. That all that says is that you understand that. It doesn't say anything else. Do you understand that anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law? Do you understand that? Do you understand that you have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him present with you while you're being questioned? If you understand that, I need you to initial. Do you understand that if you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, will be appointed to represent you before any questioning without cost if you wish? Do you understand that at any time that you can stop and not answer any questions or make any statements? So if you decide that you want to talk and then you decide later that you don't, you can stop. It's your choice. You understand that? And lastly, do you understand each of these rights that have been explained to you by me and are initialed by you? Do you understand all those rights? And the last question is, do you want to continue our discussion or do you want it to stop?
I like to talk. I'm not just by signing this, is this an admission of guilt?
No, absolutely not. At this point, I'll ask you a question. If you want to answer that question, you can. If you don't want to answer it, you don't have to. You're not admitting to anything. All you're saying is that you'll talk to me. If you understand all those and you want to talk to me, I need you to sign that. All right, why don't you go ahead and sit back over in that chair. Let me ask, are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol?
Yes, sir.
Do you feel like you have 100% of your faculties?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Has anybody threatened you or been mean to you since you've been here? Has any police officers, caused you any problems or grief since you've been here?
Yes, sir.
Have they treated you fairly and professionally?
Yes, sir.
Some questions that I have, and one is, certainly we believe that you have involvement in, there's 3 homicides. First one being, do you know who that young lady is?
Yes, sir.
Who is she to you and what relationship do you have with her?
She was a friend of mine.
Okay. A friend of yours? How did you meet her?
I met her through my that was his girlfriend.
So, okay. So that was, did you meet Toni first or first?
First.
And how close would you say that you were to her?
I wouldn't say that close to her. After all, that was my girlfriend.
More
I
so.
never had too much contact with her outside of being around. It wasn't like we had anything of significance.
Okay, so you knew of her, would speak to her. Would you
Yeah,
talk to her on the phone? Did you ever have conversations with her? Did you even know her phone number?
Occasionally, yeah, I had her phone number, and occasionally I would talk to her, but it would be in reference to my.
Okay. Did you know what kind of car she drove?
I believe she had a Chevrolet Impala.
You know what color it was?
I'd say maybe brown, I believe.
Okay. And do you remember the night that she was killed? Do you remember that night the night that she was killed? I mean, I know it's been several years ago, but yeah, I mean, it was such a traumatic thing. That's like one of your best friend's girlfriend. I mean, do you remember that night?
Yeah, I remember pieces of it, yes.
Now, let me ask you, were you ever in the area? I mean, did you ever even go to my house that night?
No, it was actually at my house that night.
Were you there with Mark that night?
It was at my house that night.
No, were you at your house that night?
for a little while, yeah.
And where is that house at?
It was located in Anthony. This is a trailer we had. We used to party out there. Kind of like a party thing.
Okay, whose residence was that? You said it was yours.
Well, it was a bunch of people who lived there.
Who all lived there?
Lived there,
Mm-hmm.
and lived there,
Okay.
and I stayed there quite a bit.
And how were you what relationship did you have with
It's a friend of mine.
and how about
She was a friend with a little more than friends.
okay,
At the time, we were
girlfriend, boyfriend
I
kind
wouldn't
of?
quite say it girlfriend, but I'm not trying to confuse anything. We just fooled around.
Okay, and that's fair. I mean, and again, I just hopefully you can tell me a straight answer as possible. I mean, that works best for all of us. I don't want to have any ambiguity, or I don't want to be unclear about something. So, if she's just not a girlfriend, but you kind of had a relationship with her, you know.
She obviously wanted more, I believe, but
All right, so you did stay there on a regular basis,
yes,
and you said that Mark was at your house, at that trailer, on the night that was killed, and you were there also.
yeah, for the majority of the night.
Now, can you?
I left for maybe an hour or two, if that,
Do you remember where you went?
selling drugs in and out the house,
In and out what house?
in and out the trailer.
Okay, so when you left, you really didn't go very far away from the trailer?
No, sir. I don't really leave the northeast area anyway. I don't.
Now, when you're saying the northeast area, though, that's almost out by, what was the address of that trailer? Do you remember?
No, sir.
Let me ask you this. What was the furthest that you left that night?
The furthest
Yes, sir.
didn't go. I believe I didn't go past.
Well, can you tell me some of the places that you were at? And did you stay at any one for any period, length of time?
No,
So the longest that you would have stayed some places.
not even. It was business transactions, and
Do you remember anybody that you sold drugs to that night that could kind of, corroborate, that they?
vaguely that was years ago.
I mean, that's fair.
I stopped at Terry's Bar and Grill and had a beer.
Now, who were you with?
I was with at that point.
Anybody else?
Not to my knowledge. I mean, not to my recollection. I mean,
No, and who was driving?
I was driving.
What were you driving?
Was driving a. What was I driving? I don't remember. It was a Ford something. Anyway, it was a car that one of my grandmothers gave me, and I put it in name at the time. I didn't have a license.
Okay, so that's fair. So it was yours or it was in name, but it was your car. That's the car that you were driving that night. So you weren't, and you were at Terry's Bar with.
Hey, but that's not even significant. That was just for a second.
Okay, you know about what time that would have been?
No, sir. That is years and years ago.
Okay, fair. Do you know what time it would have been that you went back to your place? And did when you left the bar, did Jay go with you
No, he definitely didn't come home with me.
to
My trailer.
to the trailer where Jay and when you went home though, was Mark already there?
Yeah.
All right,
He
and
was there when I left.
there when you left to go to Terry's.
Terry's wasn't a destination per se. I said I was out selling drugs.
Okay,
and
so
Terry was a
Terry's-
spot that I was, and I sat in there and had a beer waiting on somebody.
To make a transaction, a drug transaction. All right, and was it? Were you selling it to Jay?
No, sir.
Okay, so but were you with him? I mean, did you go there with him, or you just happened to? I mean, how did you end up meeting him there? Or
I
what?
don't quite remember if I don't think we had plans, but I don't remember how I ended up with him. But he didn't come home with me.
Okay, for sure, absolutely did not go back to the
he
trailer
went home,
with you.
or he went with some girl, or he did something. I don't know. We parted ways.
Okay, cool. Now let me ask you this: after you went back to the trailer from Terry's, and you see Marshall's hanging out.
Mhm.
Did you hang out the rest of the night then, or did you leave again?
I left. I was in and out that whole night. In and out the whole night.
When did you get home for the last time?
Probably about, I think I laid my head down at like or something. The sun was coming up pretty good. That's when I stopped going.
So where did you sleep at then?
I slept. I didn't sleep. I laid my head down about, which at the time was the average night for me. I mean, sleep all day, up all night type of thing.
Okay, so you didn't per se stay at anybody's house. Do you remember would you have been at can you remember at anybody's house that you went to and stayed for more than for the longest period of time? I mean, because all night long it'd be kind of hard to be moved. I mean, I'm thinking.
I go back to the trailer for a little bit. I smoke a little weed. My phone will go off, and I leave again.
Did you use your phone?
Yeah.
Was the number that you have now the same as the phone that you had then?
Definitely not.
What phone did you have then?
Number-wise, you're asking me?
Yes, sir. You remember the number?
No, sir. Not at all. I've had 100 phones since then.
But with the same number or different numbers?
Different numbers.
All right, but the phone but you always had your phone, or would you like loan it to other people, give it out? I mean, what's the deal with your phone? I mean, that was, I guess, your business line. So you would have your phone with you because that's how you did business.
For the most part, yeah.
So you go home, hang out, smoke weed, wait for a call for someone to like go by. So how many calls do you think you received or made that night?
Quite a few. Those are way too specific details to remember from like 3 or 4 years
ago. Okay, you don't remember how many calls you made. But it sounds like you were pretty clear that you were doing a lot of transactions during that night, selling a lot of dope.
I can't remember what I was doing that night.
So I don't expect an exact number, but you had been in contact with several different people about making some drug deals. At any time during that night, do you know where Marshall lived at?
Yeah.
And you know where was killed?
Yes, sir.
Did at any time during the night that she was killed, did you go to her house?
No.
Did you ever even go close to her house?
No, nowhere in the vicinity.
So what would you say would be the closest that whole night that you were to her house? Or his house, really, right?
Yeah, his house.
Do you think you were within a mile of there? 5 miles?
Maybe like, I have no sense of mileage.
All right, but you remember not being close to that house, to their house that night?
I definitely did not go to that house that night. There was no reason for me to be there. It was at my house. We were partying. There was quite a few people at the trailer.
Do you remember talking with
a little bit.
On the phone?
Yeah, and she was flipping on me for leaving and all this other crap.
All right, even though you're kind of not, I mean, it sounded like you said she was more hooked on you than you were on her. Let me ask you this: what kind of drugs were you dealing back then?
Cocaine, pills, weed.
So all of it. Do you remember how much of that stuff you had? At any time? What was like? Let's just talk about cocaine. What do you think the most? How much cocaine did you think you had that night?
Maybe a couple ounces.
And where? I mean, did you get? Can you tell me who you got that from?
No, sir.
Okay. And what about weed? How much weed do you think you had, or marijuana?
Maybe a few pounds. That's too specific. I don't remember.
Yeah. I mean, and again, I know since it's such a traumatic night, it means a lot. But
yeah.
So you think you had a few pounds, which is to me a lot. But I mean, I guess in the scheme of things, it's maybe not that much. What would you sell at a time typically? I mean, you sell an ounce, a quarter ounce, a joint?
No, I'd sell pounds.
Okay, so you wouldn't just sell an ounce, you would sell a pound. That's quite a bit.
I would, but I wouldn't leave my house for it.
Okay, so you weren't going to leave your house unless there was a substantial... Did you have any guns? Did you have any guns that night? Did you have any guns at your house?
No, sir.
Did you ever have a gun at that house that one of those people that would have known about, or even?
No, there was guns in the house, but none of them belonged to me per se. That house there was people always there. It was like not a specific house. I never I had few belongings there, and I would crash there from
And-
time to time.
And when you would
I
crash,
most certainly wouldn't leave a gun there. I've had stuff stolen from me. I've had jewelry and all kind of stuff stolen from just the comings and goings there. I wouldn't leave a gun there. Be
when
ridiculous.
you said there were guns there, I mean, do you know whose they were or what kind of guns they were?
I can't put a finger on a specific gun, but throughout the time period, there was a lot of guns that came through there. Yes, can't lie to you about that.
There were a lot of guns that came through there, but just from the three of you, I mean, if only the three of you are staying
From
there,
the
I mean,
three of us, you can
was
imagine the company that
Yeah.
all three of us would generate.
right. But so I could see people having guns, but why would they leave them there? Would people
Now, I'm
come?
not saying they left them there.
Just guns were there, but were there? Do you ever remember guns being there and kept there, like maybe for protection, dude? I mean, it's not that far out of the ordinary that you would want to protect yourself being in that kind of business.
Well, not for real. I've never really been the gun type, and for one, I never kept nothing like that around me that you would even.
How about
I couldn't speak for.
okay? But when you were roommates with him, did he have any guns there?
I can't.
Okay,
I
if
don't
you
know.
don't know or you don't want to say, that's fair because we already talked
I
about.
don't know.
If there's something you don't want to tell me, I have no. That's perfectly fine.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
What is this? What is this? What is this? Probable cause as to why I'm here in handcuffs.
There's people that put you in the vicinity of. I mean, at Tony's house on the night of the murder.
Really?
Yes, sir. Now, can you tell me why someone would want to do? I mean, do you have any idea who would want to do something like that to you? Do you know who killed? I mean, do
No,
you have an
sir.
idea? And maybe somebody's trying to twist it up on you.
No, sir. And if
You-
it's somebody I do know, then I have no clue who it would be twisting anything up.
Okay, so you don't know who killed,
No, sir.
and you did not kill, and
Sir.
you were never at her house that night.
No, sir.
All right, but like I said, there are people that are placing
People?
you. Yes, there are people that are placing you
After
at that.
3 or 4 years, now they want to say that I was there.
Listen, Michael. I mean,
Listen.
I understand how you would, how you would say, okay, because the problem is, you understand, if you tell me something that so-and-so was the one that was responsible for this, you understand eventually that comes out, but I wouldn't be at liberty to give your name at that
I'm
that
not looking
point.
for names.
But you understand what I'm
I
saying.
understand.
There are people placing you at the homicide saying you did this. Now, and it's, it, based on the information that we have, it appears to be very good information. So that's why I'm trying to
It's
clear.
false
That's why I'm
information.
trying to clear up that you weren't ever even anywhere near that
No,
her
sir.
house that night.
That's false information. You're getting misled. I'm getting falsely arrested if that's what you got. I'm not. I didn't do that crime.
How about what on the night that Marshall was killed? I mean, I think you've already talked to some detectives about this.
Numerous times.
Where were you at that night?
I was there for a little while that night.
And about what time? Because I think we were trying to pin that down, and you actually looked at your phone. What time were you there? Do you remember?
They
Because this isn't as long ago.
no, and I even told them what I did, and they even looked at cameras and pinpointed my time.
Yeah, but I don't
I'm
think.
not going to speak a time and contradict myself because I don't know exactly what
No,
time it was.
All right, that's fair, but it would be fair because I think you guys looked at your phone back then, and you had a number of when your girlfriend
It
called or
wasn't
something.
even late. It wasn't late at night.
No, but you guys did. I think back then were able to kind of get
Yeah, they had my phone and we cooperated. and-
approximate time.
Yeah, I told them where I was. They looked at cameras and all of that.
Right, and I mean, so whatever that time is that you guys came up with, I want to say it was around in the 8:00 p.m. time frame, the best I remember. Do you ever remember while you were at my house? Who were you with there,
I went there by myself.
and how did you get there?
I drove my girlfriend's car.
So it was
My
still,
then girlfriend's car.
which was who?
Was
Yeah.
and I think y'all spoke to her too.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
she came in. I think I went up to Ohio and spoke to her.
Yes, sir. Now, how do you know that though?
I know that.
She told you. I mean, it doesn't matter.
She told somebody and somebody told me.
Okay, but you drove your car to my house,
Mhm. We
and
live down the street from each other, and that is so nothing out the.
I get that. I mean, that makes sense to me. When you got there, was you said by himself?
No, his girlfriend was there.
was there.
Yeah.
Was anybody else at that house?
Not when I first went over there, but people were coming and going. There was a couple, 2 or 3 people.
And do you know the people that came and went?
I knew one person that came in there personally, and that was Josh. And that's what I told the detectives also. And I think
Now,
they
did
spoke to
Josh
him
leave before you or after you?
before me.
So Josh came and left.
Yeah.
And you were still there.
Mhm.
Do you remember somebody knocking on the door and going to the door?
Yeah.
And did he speak to that person?
Yeah, he talked to him for a little while.
Do you know who that was?
Didn't even see them.
Do you know what Mark was doing that night?
We were drinking a little bit,
Was he conducting any business?
I'd assume.
And I don't know if you, but you're there. When John came, was there transactions,
Not in
buying?
front of my face.
Not
I'm
in
not
front
going
of
to
you?
sit there
And I don't want you to tell me something you don't know, but so that was your impression that that's what Mark was doing, but you didn't see, you don't know for sure.
If they was hanging out, they would have sat down because I was hanging out.
Did you see any drugs at my house that night?
Seen a bag of weed.
And that's it?
Yes,
How
sir.
about any money?
No, sir.
Did Mark have a gun?
I didn't see any gun, no.
Didn't see any guns that night. How about I don't know her.
Of course she didn't have a
what
gun.
if
That girl's, she wouldn't hurt a fly.
would she be in business at all?
I don't think so, no.
Like
Marshall kept a lot of stuff from that girl.
from How about
I think he was a little more hands-on.
in the business? Now, there's been so much time to reflect about, you've had so much time to kind of go over this. Yes, you knew we were looking at you as well as we were looking at a
yes,
lot
sir.
of, at 1,000 other people. Do you even have an opinion as to who it was that killed
Centracco, not so much. That was just a very out the blue, and that was very, I don't think it was random in the least bit, but I think it was something that I can't wrap my head around.
And do you know why she would? What do you have an opinion as to why she was killed?
No, sir. My opinion would be like everybody else's. It had to be 2 things. Personal, but if it was personal, I know from what I knew about the girl, she couldn't have upset anybody like that. And for it to be personal against Marshall, that's quite heinous, if that's even the right word to use. And if it was business, I don't see why they just couldn't take it from her. I don't know why she had to die.
Right.
That in itself it was a lot.
What about Marshall? It almost sounded like you have an opinion about what might have happened to him.
I think he got robbed.
Well, that's why I was kind of asking you, because I think you were the last person that I know.
That's what they say, but the last person took Marshall's life. He locked the door behind me. They locked the door behind me when I left out of there. They were very much alive.
But even by your own admission, the last person to see him alive.
Probably was the one who took his life. But that
besides
couldn't have
that
been me.
person, though, it comes back to you, unless other people came in. Because seems pretty clear that it happened, really in close proximity to about the time that you were there, which was a problem for us. Again, because there's some testimony.
I left. There's cameras. The place says you can see a smile on the camera. So therefore, you had to see when I left. They locked the door behind me. Goodbye. See you later.
Who did?
I think she locked the door behind me.
Where was Chyavana at? The whole time you were there, was she downstairs with you guys, upstairs?
For the most part, but I was only there for like an hour or 2. She was floating around the house on and off the phone and doing whatever.
What else was she doing? Did y'all watch
remember.
TV? Did you go on the computer?
Me and Marshall were chatting amongst ourselves, and she was playing with her. I think he just bought her an iPhone, if I remember correctly. She was playing with that, and I don't know.
So she was floating in and out, upstairs, downstairs. Would they have a dog?
Yeah,
What was the dog doing?
just hanging around. He didn't do much.
Does he stay inside or outside?
Inside.
Okay. And he was like, you didn't have any fear of him?
No, I knew that dog since he was a little puppy.
What about other people though that would come? I mean, do you think? I mean, like if a stranger would come, would that dog get
Well,
up?
he barked if anybody came to the door. And
So
he was
they-
a big dog. He's a pretty
Yeah,
intimidating.
I mean, I'd be scared of him.
Yeah, of
That's what
course.
I'm saying. So you think the dog would like, he'd at least bark at you if he didn't know you, or like act like he might bite you?
Yeah, I don't know about acting like he might bite you, but he definitely put some bass in his bark.
No, to me, if some dog's barking at me, I'm scared. I mean,
gonna assume
I'm
that it'll
scared.
bite you?
So it's unlikely that, you know, if it's probably somebody that's a stranger there, he's not going to bark and act all like that. He's probably going to.
I can't sit there and.
I know you don't know for
Categorize
sure. I'm just
that dog.
asking you what you do know, because you're saying the dog didn't bark at you.
I didn't say that at all. The
Oh,
dog
oh.
barks at whoever comes to the door. You can't see through the door, I don't think.
Okay, so he barks.
He
but
barks
then,
until he recognizes
and then
and
he's-
realizes, or grabs him, hey,
and tells him to stop. Be
Yeah.
quiet. Okay.
yes.
So
I didn't.
you weren't afraid he was going to bite you.
No, because it was routine. I was over there on an every other day.
Before that day, remember the last time you were over at
I think the day before.
and same thing, hanging out?
No, it was more business then, but
Business about you buying something from him, or okay, so you would get product from
Yeah.
what?
pills.
All strictly pills?
Yeah.
Everything.
Roxy.
Which is that blues? Is that the same thing?
Blues, yes, sir.
They're the same thing, which
Yes.
is what, OxyContin?
It's the same thing, but it's not the same kind of pill. I don't really know all that now. I know oxys and roxys are different, but they're the same.
And how much would you get from them at a time typically?
Maybe a few bottles, 5,
And how many's in a bottle?
100.
And how much would you have to pay for that?
Maybe about $500 or $600 a piece.
Oh, per bottle. So about $5 or $5 a pill. So it
It
costs you
goes
about,
up and down.
yeah, $2,500 for 5.
Sometimes.
Did you pay them?
more.
I mean, did you owe them
No, I paid them.
straight up? So you didn't owe them anything,
I owed them a couple $100. Yeah,
but nothing serious.
nothing serious.
Do you know if anybody? I mean, do you know? I mean, it's, since you were close to him like that, do you know anybody else who he was dealing with that you can share with us?
Dealt with a lot of people. I had no clue who these people were. I made comments before. Like, who are these people?
So you would see them, but not really.
Sometimes we
Or-
hung out together a lot. We drunk together. We chased girls together. Like, that was what we did. We got together and we used to go out.
Do you think the family thinks you had anything to do with?
No, sir.
What about? Do you think? Did you ever get an indication that he might have been suspicious of you at all?
I get the vibe now because of all the propaganda and all the rumors that has been popping up, and the detectives has been doing a great job by throwing dirt on my name and getting people who
But explain what you mean.
throwing dirt, saying that I was being uncooperative. I refused to take the lie detector test and all this and all that, telling you tell this stupid, uneducated woman, young
Who is
teenage
that?
girl. I'm just speaking in general because that's where a lot of this talk comes from, especially people who might not like me per se. And when all these talks get brought up, I mean, people start talking. Look, as time rolls by, it's been 4 or 5 years. You say someone told y'all, some people told y'all that had something to do with
Yeah.
murder.
And like I said, but
And it's just so amazing how it all comes out now that after this happened to Mark, passed in February, and these talks are like just not coming out because my name's in everybody's mouth now. And for one, I wasn't uncooperative. I even agreed sitting right here to take that lie detector test until I talked to an attorney. And that's why I backed off of it, because he advised me not to do it. I told I believe I take it. I didn't care. It doesn't make no difference to me. However, he
yeah, but we didn't. I mean, then we should have just. If you said you'd do it, we should have done it. I don't know what
should
was.
have done it.
What was the problem?
I refused after that because I
Okay.
talked to an attorney. He was so adamant and so passionate and strong about it. He just convinced me to do it, and I got to look for my best interest.
And that's certainly within your right. I mean, we just had some other folks that talked to attorneys and they said take it. So
Well, they didn't talk to
Yeah,
my attorney.
right. So I mean, definitely that sheds some suspicion.
Of course it was.
And plus, I mean, do you remember calling you the night that she was killed?
Maybe she might have called my phone, but probably definitely looking for my.
Did you talk to her? Do you remember having any conversations with that girl at all that night?
No, sir. No. She'll call my phone, and I knew where Marshall was at, and I just knew what it was. She was looking for him. I'm not going to answer the phone and be like, oh, he's snorting cocaine and getting drunk at my house right now and bust on the man. You know what I mean? She comes over there flipping out.
Because if she would have called you, that's where you would have been at. I mean, if she
would've
called you,
me asking me where he was.
right, and you knew where he was at.
Exactly. I knew exactly where he was.
But do you remember her receiving any calls from her that night? Because I think there is a record of her calling you that night.
Yeah.
So do you remember that? And do you remember where you were at when she called you? I mean, is that when you were at your house with Mark, so you didn't want to
No, I wasn't home, I don't think.
Do you remember?
But when I got home, I told him, your lady's calling.
Yeah, but do you remember where you were?
In traffic.
Okay. In traffic somewhere. But you weren't at her house.
No, sir. Why would she call me if I was at her house?
I don't know.
No,
I mean, that's one of the, certainly one of the things that confused us or questioned, where were you when she called you? And you said you wouldn't have answered the phone because you didn't want to deal with that.
I'm pretty sure it was late or later than she would have cared for him to be out.
All right. So the only people. Now you said you met this guy at Terry's.
I know we were at Terry's for maybe a minute or two.
How long were you with him that night, or hanging out with him?
Not long at all. Not even long enough for me to even bring up, to be honest with you. It wasn't like we were riding around getting drunk or nothing.
Okay, so you saw him at Terry's. After you left, did you see him again?
No, sir.
So once you left, and we're not sure, but it had to be before, I don't know, midnight, I'm guessing.
It had to be before 2, the bar closes at 2 o'clock.
For sure before, but I don't even think at midnight. I mean, did you have any conversations with him after you left?
After I handled my business, I left.
Okay.
And at the time, me and John were hanging out pretty good.
So but what I'm saying is, did you call him or have conversations with him after you left the bar?
I couldn't remember if I did or not.
Okay. I mean, would you have reason to?
Yeah, we were hanging out. I mean, we used to party together a lot.
Did you go to his house that night?
No, sir.
So you never went to John's house the night?
His parents' house?
Yeah.
That's a no-go over there.
What's that mean?
His parents don't really, his parents are like pretty uppity people. They got money and there's no partying going on at John's house at all.
What, does he live by himself or does he live with his parents?
He lives with his parents.
Okay.
On his parents' property and like their garage.
So, I mean, but the bottom line, it doesn't really matter where he lives. You didn't go there that night.
No, sir.
You were never there.
No, sir. Not that particular night, no.
Did you hang out with can you remember any person or anybody else that you would have been with that night that you were with more than for, say, a couple of minutes? And you said you really weren't with James hardly at all. You hung out back and forth at your house the whole night.
I can't even remember all the people who were there. I just remember Marshall and Ryan, and there was other people there partying too.
At your house?
At the trailer, yes.
So they would have been able to see you coming and going.
Mm-hmm.
You remember any other incidents that occurred that night? Because obviously you guys didn't know was killed that night until it was the day after. When did you find out that she was killed?
That next day, I got woke up to it.
And where were you at?
I was at the trailer. I got woke up to that. Everybody got woke up to that, from my understanding.
And who was all at the trailer? Were there? And who called you to tell you that was killed?
I got woke up, like Ryan woke me up and told me. I don't quite remember who
called.
Who called
and how it came to him.
Yeah. I think dropped my off. He had his truck over there or something, and she drove him somewhere. I don't know, was it to his parents, her parents? or to come talk to y'all. She took him somewhere. That was first shot on my trailer. He left and went.
Did you have to work that day?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I mean, and you don't remember going to the house and getting her car,
Getting her car?
right? Like you drove there with somebody else.
What do you mean?
How did you have the car the whole night? Because I'm trying to figure out. Because when did you get? It was really your car anyway, so you wouldn't have to have permission to take it. But
No, but I
But
let her use it to go to
most
work.
of the time, that's what I'm saying. And I
I
mean,
only used it to go sell drugs, and that was it. I didn't go to the store. I didn't do nothing. That's all I did.
did you have a valid license back then?
No, sir.
Okay, so you didn't want to get caught driving
I
around.
would
So
be
you
home all the day.
you wouldn't drive all over the place because you'd be scared of getting in trouble.
Definitely not. I would definitely not do that. I would go do what I had to do and come immediately back.
I think if there's anything else that I think is important.
And obviously, what I'm saying is not corroborating.
It's not corroborating what the person says, certainly. I mean, it's not corroborating the information is that you were at the house that night.
Definitely not. What would I be doing there exactly?
What do you think happened there? I mean, again, you're a smart young man. What do you think? What was happening when was killed?
You asked me what
Yeah,
I think
what
was
do you think?
happening. I think that maybe somebody might have found out where Mark lived at.
Yes.
Maybe somebody with a beef, or maybe somebody just wanting to rob him.
Right.
Or maybe just some completely random person that was just willing to go do it in any, mini, miny mode the house.
Okay.
Picked and choose. I think they knocked on the door and probably forced their way in there and shot her and ransacked the house. I'm not even sure if they even took anything, to be honest with you. So I don't know.
Yeah, but you talked to Mark. Well, you know exactly what was in the house.
Yeah, but Mark also said that there was still stuff there. So.
Right. I mean, I think everybody knows that. So obviously, so you think somebody broke into the house?
I think somebody.
Do you think was there when they broke in the house?
I'm assuming she got shot. They killed her. She had to be there.
But do you think when they broke into the house she was there?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That.
No, but why would you think that? Because, I mean, you talk to Marshall. I mean, everybody pretty much...
Listen, that was something that was a very sensitive subject. I've never...
And I get that, but why you wouldn't talk directly to Marshall. But, I mean,
I've never sat down and, asked him, well, what really happened?
But strangers, it seems like, kind of had a half, sort of an idea about
maybe
what was
people...
going on. So, and you're close to them. I think you know exactly what happened to her. I mean, how it went down.
She got shot and killed, yes.
But where at? Where do you think she was at when she got shot and killed?
I'm not understanding the question. She was shot at her house.
Do you think she was inside the house when she was shot or outside the house? And I'm thinking that people told you this. I mean, I'm not trying to...
Yeah, but I'm not trying to trip over myself because I don't understand why you putting this much weight on this particular question. I think that I heard that she was shot in her car.
Okay, so that wouldn't be inside the house, though.
No, that wouldn't.
But again, back to you being a smart guy. Now we go back to what you think would have happened, and I guess my thing is, I mean,
maybe she was trying to get away or something. I honestly do not know. I cannot picture. I can't even understand why anybody would want to do that anyway. The girl she was so not intimidating at all. I don't see why she had to get shot. So I'm gonna assume that maybe she was running, or I don't know.
Did you ever have a gun, Mike?
I've had guns before. Yeah.
What kind of guns have you had?
I've had all kind of guns, from rifles to
handguns.
I've had a few handguns in my time.
And why did you have handguns?
Being young and stupid, half trying to be cool, half trying to be intimidating.
I mean, is that kind of the people that you hung out around?
I guess so. But this is that's a different time. That was me being so young and stupid. And I got to the point to where if I needed a gun to go anywhere, I didn't go to that particular place. If I needed a gun to be comfortable or for security anywhere, I didn't go to those particular places. I've never been the gun type. I've never, like, I don't know. I've never hunted. You brought up hunting earlier.
Yeah.
It's not quite my thing.
I mean, and I get that. I'm not. Hunting's kind of boring, but you know, it's a lot of people like to do it. But just because you don't hunt, though, I mean,
No,
that's
I'm not
what I'm
trying to
saying.
sit there and
Yeah, you don't hunt, but yet you had guns, so you're just had them to be cool because you kind of live in that lifestyle.
yeah.
I'm just, you know, I'm trying to get my grasp on why someone would come in here and give information that you were there.
Someone
and
on their free will. Did you put pressure on
Did
somebody?
you ever tell
anytime?
anybody that you killed?
No, sir. Why would I tell somebody like that?
I don't know.
Of course not. That's ridiculous. Of course not. And you keep bringing up me being a smart guy. Like, why would I do that?
I don't think you would.
No, sir. Definitely would not. And I don't understand why anybody would just completely throw me under the bus. Maybe because I haven't been around in a long time. I told you I cut everybody off. I stopped hanging out with everybody. Everybody, if you smoked weed, if you sold anything.
Yeah, but not really. After Tony was killed, you stayed. You were still pretty much out there with them.
Well, yeah, of course.
Did you go to Tony's room?
No, I didn't.
And I mean, that was like your best friend's girl. I mean, and again, I'm not trying to.
Hold on, I've been getting flack from that ever since it happened.
Don't get mad at me, Mike.
I'm not getting mad. I just don't understand.
I want to understand.
I felt like it wasn't my place to go there, to be honest with you. Yeah, that was my friend who was incarcerated at the time. I wasn't even 100% sure that he was even going to be there. And for two, I was showing respect to that girl's family, okay? Because I'm pretty sure that they figured that had a lot to do with her dying, even if it was just his lifestyle. You know what I mean? So I wasn't going to show up there as a friend of his who vaguely knew this girl. That's so disrespectful, and I refuse to do it.
I mean, that's what you thought it was disrespectful.
That's what I thought it was.
But I mean, a lot of people
disrespectful.
thought it was disrespectful for you not to go. And again,
Well,
I'm
I
not.
don't care what other
It's
people
not.
think. I thought a lot of people went just because it was a show. It was a circus to a lot of people. A lot of those girls that was there wouldn't spit on if they was on fire. Would get caught cheating with these girls and that girl, and they was all there talking about it. It's a circus. I didn't want to be a part of that. I didn't go to shit either.
What about?
I went to yeah, I was there. Of course I was. I didn't go to shit out of the same reason why I didn't go to because if I put myself in any of her family's shoes, I would definitely ask, what are you doing here? Why are you here? It's not right. Very disrespectful. And people, oh, it's weird. Why is it so weird? I think it's weird that y'all here making a show of this. But then again, I don't live my life for nobody else. And
again,
I just never understood why
I want to understand it though, because I mean,
do you not kind of get where I'm coming from?
I can. I mean, I guess that if it makes sense to you, it really probably doesn't. Quite frankly, it doesn't make sense to me, because if I had a really close friend and their girlfriend, because I mean.
So why do you think I didn't go? Guilt?
It's just a question, Mike. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think
I'm
it's
getting really defensive at that question, like I said, because I've been taking flack for that
don't
ever
have
since
to,
it happened.
but
And like I said, I
understand-
never even went
But
to
you understand why I
either.
would ask you, though,
Of
right?
course you
Not because
would.
I'm mad. Or I don't know what it means, but it does seem odd. It doesn't seem normal. So.
Well, what is normal? It's not a normal situation. What's normal out of any of this?
Yeah, but there's been people whose loved ones were killed, and all their, and you really don't. Maybe you know the person who's still alive. You don't know the person who was killed very well, But I
don't do that. I've
yeah.
been to maybe 3 funerals in my life. I don't do that. I think that's a very personal thing right there.
It sounds like some people were really giving you some grief about it.
Oh yes, sir, they were.
Did the Pardees give you grief about it?
Not one bit. Never got brought up at all.
Who was giving you grief then?
Just random people. When I say
But,
random people, I can't even pinpoint and put my
Not
finger.
police, but you're talking about.
No, definitely not police. Just a bunch of loudmouth gossiping women.
Mostly the ladies.
Yeah, I guess so. No dude really came up, oh, how come you wasn't there? And if they did, the couple that did maybe have asked me, I told them just as much passion and conviction as I'm telling you. It's That's like very disrespectful. I would never
To
do
you,
that to
yeah.
the family.
You just didn't feel like they needed to see all his cronies.
All his goons, his cronies, yes, that is so inappropriate. And like I said, half the people that were there, the girl did not care for anyway. Half of them girls that was, oh my God. No.
Did you ever have a relationship with?
No, sir.
Okay. I mean, and I'm not saying that you did, but
Never. Never at all.
how
Never
about
thought about it.
Chyavana?
No, sir. No, sir. Definitely not.
Did you and ever have any beef over any girls?
No.
Any beef? Did you and ever have any conflicts over like money, drugs?
No. Never no conflict. Maybe that's why we was so close when it came to that particular thing. Because sometimes we didn't hang out for a couple of weeks, but we'd always see each other and do business.
But it seemed like he was kind of a pretty good-hearted guy, really.
For the most part, yeah.
I mean, everything that I've heard about him from the people that I've talked to said he was like, certainly I can't defend what I think he did for, how he made money. But I mean, they said he helped people. He
helped me out too, more than one time, definitely. If that's the respect you're looking for, yeah, he was definitely a good guy in that sense. I mean, he's definitely not...
Like, look out for people he cared about.
Yeah, definitely. It was his idea to go to school. I mean, just like little stuff like that, that's how he was. And we literally got up the next morning, we went and enrolled in school together, me and him, okay?
When was this?
09?
Before, after time?
Yes.
Another thing that kind of gets hard to get past, and I think they pretty much told you the last person that ever talked to was you.
She didn't talk to me.
But her phone, the last person she tried to reach out to was you. And it makes sense that maybe if she saw you there or their car there, she would have called you to say, what's up? I mean, do you see where you see how I could understand that?
I can see how you can assume that,
because
that's all you're doing is assuming.
But why would she? I mean,
I gave you the exact
you're just saying
reason
it's
why.
kind of bad luck for you that she called you was the last person.
I don't think luck had nothing to do with it. She called me intentionally looking for her boyfriend, and her boyfriend was, in fact, at my trailer.
Right, but then that was the last person she ever called. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, she was, she's concerned about. I mean, if you're saying she's getting robbed or someone's breaking in the house or whatever happened, she calls you about like her boyfriend being out. I mean, it just doesn't make sense.
Maybe that was the last call she made. Maybe she didn't have a chance to get to her phone. If that's what you're implying, that she seen me there and wanted to call me for some reason. I think that she know me well enough. If she seen me there, she'd either A, come up to me screaming, kicking, and whatever. Right. What are you doing here? Or B, she would assume that I was over there. Maybe I was sent over there by my to do something, and I don't think she would. Why would she call me? Especially if she's seen me. She'd say, hey.
Or if she saw your car there, she might call to say, what's up? I mean, I'm just asking questions that I have.
Called everybody's phone. Nobody would answer the phone.
I have concern with.
Pick up the phone for her. She knew that he was with me. She called us both. We didn't answer the phone.
Do you know if you ever talked to her that night?
I don't know.
Or anybody else? I mean, since this, do you know of anybody that actually talked to her that night?
Not 100%.
Okay.
I'm sure he did.
I mean, you think? I mean, probably, but you don't know what time or when.
No, sir. And then another thing too, y'all got that big billboard out there, $100,000 reward. So like, could that not be a reason why somebody would throw me under the bus? For one, that my name is getting thrown around Ocala about. I'm so easy right now. Oh yeah, he did that.
Yeah, but
there's no sign up there for Marshall. Y'all don't got $100,000 sign up for Marshall. Y'all don't got $100,000 sign up for either.
Right, because that was the family that did that. That was family that did that, not the police department. It has nothing to do with the police department. I mean, we can't do that, and we can't offer that. I mean, as much as we would like to, we can't. So that sign is a direct result of, putting that sign up. And actually had something to do with that, but trying to say that he would contribute to that. Because I really do believe that hurt him.
Yeah.
Like, deeply.
Definitely.
And that's why, some of these kind of questions about, and the other thing is now it's the last person that she calls is you, and you should.
I didn't answer the phone. I didn't talk to her.
Do you remember getting a voice message or anything from her? Like,
maybe I got a voice message.
just don't recall.
And
But I think
if I did, I wouldn't check it.
No, but what about like?
Because this was like an every weekend thing.
But would you check your voice messages
From time to time.
Every
time Marshall would go.
But
out,
now the fact that she was killed or murdered, and then you got a voice message from her. Wouldn't that have been like, oh my God, this girl called me on the night?
Yeah, it would have been.
Do you remember that happening?
No, sir. Maybe that would have been a very strong memory if she did.
Right. That's why. I guess that's why I'm asking you, because I would think you would remember. Like, even though it's been some time ago, if I got a voice message and someone was murdered that the same night, I'd be like, oh my goodness, that's like, oh, I can't. I went to and said, look, she called me, And
at the same time, I don't even know what happened to that phone. The phone, I think maybe might have broke that phone or something. I don't quite recall what even happened to that cell phone. So even if there was something of keepsake like that, I wouldn't have it.
Right. You mean now, certainly.
Now I wouldn't have it.
Of course not. It's been,
3 or 4 years.
Way too long now for you to have that phone. The phone that you have now isn't even the same one that you had when Mark was, right?
No, sir.
Because I think they actually asked, and you gave your phone to them, I thought, but it was
2 different occasions.
But it was like dropped in the water or something.
That's after the second time that I gave it to them.
Okay.
Okay. The first time was like the day after Mark passed. I gave them my phone, and the second day got messed up, and I didn't have a phone for quite some time after that. And I had another phone. I got another phone maybe a month later. So and I'm pretty sure they had the numbers to that and everything to that too. So I don't know. I talk on prepaid phones. I don't have that phone. I had was a Sprint plan on my mother's, and that phone was actually finna get up in like July or June or something like that. I only had a few more months to talk on it on that Sprint phone, but since then I've had numerous prepaid phones.
Since Tony's case?
Since Tony's case, I can't even count the
Marshall's
phones.
case?
Since Marshall's case,
So you're talking about since Marshall?
I probably had about maybe 3, every bit of maybe 4 phones since then.
It would still help me if you could tell me who you think might try to hem you up on this.
Might try to hem me up.
Might try to give up what? Who would try to give information to put you in this murder?
I don't think that I've really upset somebody enough where they want to get at me like that. But I'm thinking maybe it's just a junkie trying to collect $100,000. And like I said,
right. But if it comes up that that's not the case, then what are you gonna?
Then it's gonna be a surprise and a shock to me.
Because what I'm saying is, it's like when you actually realize when all this information comes together. I'm just trying to be able to say, okay,
you really had somebody come to you and said that I was there that night. I'm the one who did that horrible thing to Toni Centracco. And now this is why I'm in handcuffs, and I cannot tell you who or why anybody would do that.
There is evidence that puts you.
Like what?
It into case and
physical evidence. Like what?
There's physical evidence. There's other evidence, and there's witness testimony. So, or you wouldn't be here, Mike. And this is really like our opportunity to try to figure this.
I've been in that house before, so
it's our opportunity to try to figure this out. Why? We believe that you were there. Now, if somebody else had involvement, it isn't. You don't want to tell us that later on. Do you understand what I'm saying? Later on, you don't want to say, "Oh no, it wasn't me. It was so and so." If you know something and you're scared,
if I knew who it was, this case wouldn't have been open.
If you know that in something you're scared because it's perfectly normal to be scared, even if you had if you were anywhere in the area or had anything to do with this, but it was somebody else who did it, and you just know about it, and you don't. now's the time to like get that out, not later on when you say, oh, okay, well now I'm going to say that it was this person, when you
I
realize
don't know who took Tony's life. I don't have no one to throw under the bus.
no idea,
No earthly idea.
and was not you.
Definitely was not me. 100% not me. You got physical evidence.
Why did you never want to come take that polygraph if you had nothing to do with this?
With Tony.
Yes.
First of all, I wasn't even.
With Tony or Marshall, either one of them.
I told you why. My attorney, and you can talk to him about that. He is so.
We did talk to him.
What did he say
that.
about it?
I was almost on the impression that he was kind of leaving it up to you.
Really? Of course, the choice would be mine. Of course, it is. Attorneys. I don't work for him. He's supposed
Right.
to help me out. However, he was so
But
adamant
you had
about
no involvement. But
no involvement.
do you know how many people took that test?
But what does that have to do with me though?
Because
It raises
understand.
suspicion.
Yes, understand is because the hardest core criminals came down here and submitted to that.
Well, I'm not a hardcore criminal.
I'm not saying that you are, but that's my whole point is we had people that we know were dealing a lot of dope and have really no reason
Damn,
to
what if
want to
somebody
even.
would have failed that anyway?
wanted-
What would you have done to them?
It's what would we have done with them? We would have questioned them and hopefully got to the truth. I mean, that's what our whole goal was from the very beginning, is to just get to the truth about what happened. You didn't have anything to do with the death of
No, sir.
and
No, sir. No, sir.
and have no earthly idea, not even any clue about what happened to them.
No, sir. Not at all.
All right, let me go. Speak to the detective and see if maybe he has any questions. And he can enlighten you on some things that
Maybe
maybe
because I can understand. I can't understand. But like someone can say that, but for you to sit there and say that y'all got other stuff to point me to, that's just crazy.
You wouldn't be here if there wasn't a lot of
Or
evidence.
just a phone call? A
There's
lot of evidence?
There's more than if you wouldn't be here if there wasn't evidence that you committed this crime.
What?
The police department.
Fingerprints?
The
What?
the police department does not go around picking up people unless there's significant probable cause that they're
It's hard
involved
to
in
believe
this.
that all of a sudden this is all coming out if it was something more significant.
And I can see why you would say that.
I don't
But
understand
for us, it's quite clear when we can look at the whole picture. And like I said, it's like, let me just hang tight. Are you okay? Do you want to use the bathroom?
I'm quite, I don't know.
You want to use the bathroom? You want something to eat, drink, smoke?
I don't have any cigarettes.
I mean, I have a cigarette.
Sure, why not? It's going to be my last cigarette for the rest of my life.
All right, I'm gonna get someone out to take you out and have a cigarette, and then we'll, like I said, then I can tell them me and you have talking about, and then they can decide, what to do with that. I mean,
Do what?
they'll be able to say, okay, well, I have a question about this, something that I may not be familiar with in the case. Again, remember, yes, I know a lot about this, and I had some pretty serious involvement towards the beginning, but as time went on, I kind of lost touch with some of the case files and facts that where this was going.
That polygraph, the decision was definitely up to me, but I was advised. And I'm under the impression that he was on.
Look, you're not under arrest because you didn't take a polygraph.
I'm not saying
Certainly
that, but you made
definitely.
that a point because that's one more thing that you said raises suspicion, and I told you why I didn't do it.
And again, it just now is an opportunity for me if I have a question for you to explain it to me because it makes sense to me. I mean, that makes sense. You just didn't feel like you needed to do it.
I told him that I would
You
do
didn't
it.
feel like you needed to do it, but you told him that you would, but you didn't. I mean, and you just didn't feel like you had a need to do it.
Because I got this advice
And,
not to do it. And what am I
but
going to
you
do?
didn't. What's kind of odd is, I mean, did you ever pay that guy, or was he on actually or was he just an attorney you had at one point?
What?
Like you weren't actually his client, from what I mean. It was his.
I never had to hire him because I was never under arrest.
Right. So you just called him up and said, "Hey, can you
give me some
but you never
advice?"
really, and not that it matters. I mean, but I mean, the guy was kind of pretty nice. He's just giving you some free advice, I guess. It wasn't really like you were even his client at the time. I mean, you didn't pay him, so he's kind of doing not. I don't even know if that makes a difference. It's just a point of interest. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
I mean,
that would be interesting.
It's interesting to me because usually attorneys, they don't do anything without getting paid. I mean,
Man,
the way I
good
see it.
relationship.
No, that's cool. But you understand where I'm coming from. Usually attorneys don't do anything. Or at
I
least
wouldn't
that's
know.
been my experience. Is that,
I don't have much
because
experience.
I mean,
with
they got to
attorneys.
make a living. I'm not like bad mouthing them, but you have to. I found it kind of odd that you actually weren't, paying him anything. He's just, kind of.
I asked
I
him what
guess
would he do.
almost as a friend, like don't go down there and
We
take
got a
that.
little bit of history, man.
No, it's cool.
And I asked him for advice, and he gave me advice on more than one occasion.
Let me go out there and see if we can get someone to hang out there and get you a smoke. Michael, I'm sorry, but it's kind of probably to get down to business. I mean, when we first started, I told you, I really wasn't in a position. I didn't have all the information to explain to you why you're being arrested. You remember that? Which was true. I mean, but now I had an opportunity to discuss with the detectives and some of the other people involved in this case. So a lot of the information, that leads us to believe that, you might be involved with this. So here's what I want to do. I don't think you were being quite truthful with me in some of the things that we've already discussed. Now, I don't, you seem pretty serious, and I don't have any animosity towards you. And I want you to understand this is business. I don't have nothing personally against you. Do you understand where I'm coming from? But I really don't believe what you've been telling me this night. And I mean, that's what we were trying to go for, like, why would somebody maybe do this? But hey, come on over here and sit. You know what these are?
No, sir.
These are records from your telephone. This is just an example of some of the things that why you're sitting here. And what do you think that those phone records tell us about where you were at that night? Do you watch TV? I mean, do you understand that our cell phone pretty much is like GPS, and it tells
I
us?
told you I was all over, and I told you I wasn't
You said
sure
you
about the mileage.
No, but you said you weren't at Tony's house ever.
No, I wasn't. Definitely not.
Okay, well that's not what this says. And then I also have a couple of questions because, you were having a conversation with you said you were at Terry's place with Jim, correct?
For a while.
And you know who that is, right?
Yeah.
And then I asked you, did you talk to him after you left Terry's place? And you said no.
I said I wasn't sure.
What do you think he's going to tell us? What do you think Mr. is going to tell us about where you were that night?
I have no idea.
Okay, you have no idea?
I'm not too sure right now.
What do you think is going to say about where you were that night or what you were doing?
Has no clue where I was.
And I do believe that. She doesn't have a clue. I mean, she has an idea, but she wasn't with you. So that I'll give you. But if we look at some of these are your phone records. This isn't something that we made up, or you wouldn't be sitting here, dude. Now it gets down to where it's serious, where you pretty much what all this tells me is that you have not been telling me the truth about what was going on that night.
Just
If we look at this, these numbers are where Tom's house is. This is like times on how long you've been talking to somebody. These relate to first cell, last. These are the cell towers that that hit off and give us like GPS about where you were at. So this is Tom's house. So if you see, you weren't there all that long. And these are the times. So if we look at 8:17. At midnight, just 1 minute after midnight, you're talking to. They can tell me where this is, but it's really not relative. Then you go over by Tom's house, you drive around a little bit. On August 17th, at 13 minutes after midnight, you call Jim, or he calls you, and I got to see how it works. Who called? This is him calling you. You talk for 32 seconds. 8:17. A few minutes later, 2 minutes later almost to be exact, you called him. You're at Tony's place. Couple more minutes. Just double check to make sure who's calling who. You call him. August 17th. We go all the way down, you and him calling each other back and forth. We get to the time where Tony calls you. Right before Tony calls you, guess who calls you? Instead of you calling him, he calls you this time. Calls you and tells you, look, Tony's coming home.
No, sir.
Then what happens? As she's coming home, she calls you.
No.
She calls your phone. This is the last person she ever calls. On August the 17th at 12:26 or 0:26 a.m. is the last time her phone has any activity. She calls you, which means she's alive now. She's calling you.
Yeah.
But you don't answer the phone just like you said. Right after she calls you, and then you leave that area. Right after the last time that you're in her house, you
was
call.
not in her house.
Well, so what is this? Is this a lie?
I ain't saying this crap. Maybe I was in the area, and maybe he was.
It isn't about
maybe
the
we
area.
were going back and forth.
Why were you
wanted
going
to
back
score.
and forth? What do you think Jeff is going to tell me? You told me you didn't see him.
I told you I seen that night. Yes, I did.
You
It's
said
recorded.
after you left the place, you never saw him again.
No.
This is after, because what you really don't think we talked to Jeff?
I'm pretty sure you
And
have.
what do you think he told us?
Probably told you a bunch of crap
Why would he do that?
because he's scared.
What's he scared of?
Who knows? I don't know. I can't speak for him just like I can't speak for anybody else.
Dude, I mean, you can look me square in the eye. You've got to see that this is compelling. Let's go. Okay. You told me that you never went to his house that night after.
I don't believe I did, no.
No, you don't believe, or you know for sure? Because I'm thinking now that shit should be really stuck in your mind.
No, it's not stuck at all. I don't really go to Jay's house. I haven't been over there. I don't go over
You
there.
said his parents don't want you over there, so you know for sure you wouldn't go over there.
I know there's no partying over there.
Okay. Did you go to his house, yes or no?
I don't believe so, no.
Okay, so if we have the phone records that show now all of a sudden you're calling and 1,000 times right from this tower, which is Jay's house, till about 4 o'clock in the morning. And why are you calling Jay? What do you think she's going to say? I can tell you I'm not going to tell you exactly what she said, but it's you can only imagine why you're sitting here arrested for murder. Because you tell me, what do you think she said?
She probably said the most ridiculous.
Why
and mean
would she
thing.
make something up now?
Because I broke the girl's heart. She was so in
When
love
did
with
you
me
break her heart?
when we were living together.
How long ago
I
was
cheated
that?
on her so much.
How long ago was that?
Years and years ago.
Okay, so what's that have to do with right now?
Exactly. What does
So
that have
she
to do
has no reason. If she was going to make up something about you, she would have darn sure done it before now, wouldn't she?
Who knows? Can you say that for sure?
Yes. I mean, I believe it. I mean, if I was, I wouldn't want to hang my hat on it. If that's what you're going to hang your hat on. And then what about James? What do you think he's telling us?
I don't know what he's telling you, to be honest with you.
Do you remember being at his house and leaving about 4 o'clock in the morning?
No, I don't remember being over there at all.
Okay.
And if I was over there,
Before you told me for sure, no, I was never over
I
there.
don't remember being over
now
there.
all
And
of
if
it-
I went over there, it was probably drop some drugs off to him.
Okay, where would have you gotten the drugs from? And how much drugs? Because I asked you earlier, did you sell any drugs to James? And you told me no. Like you knew then, but now all of a sudden you don't know? When
3
you're,
years ago?
When that's bullshit. You're confronted with this, now all of a sudden you know you don't remember. But you
Well-
seemed pretty clear a few minutes ago. An hour ago, you were really clear. No, I didn't. No, I wasn't over near her house. No, I wasn't with.
I told you I did not know nothing about the mileage. I couldn't give you a for sure answer if I was even around there.
I'm saying this is at her house. This isn't about being mileage. This is like there.
I was not in her house. I was not at her house. I did not kill her. Okay? I don't care what
Of course not. That's what you're going to say now. But I mean, your phone records put you there, dude.
My phone records doesn't prove that I killed anybody.
It puts you there. So what does that mean?
Doesn't.
Did somebody else do it?
Doesn't. Put
You were there when it happened. Did somebody?
I don't know who did it.
Did James do it?
I don't know who did it. I have no idea who did that.
Why is your phone there when it happens? Explain it to me.
My phone wasn't there. I was not there.
Your phone was there. I'm holding it in my hand, dude.
I was not at her house. I did not kill her. I did not talk to her that night. I did not murder
You didn't
her.
have a conversation ever with James about, okay, we'll never talk about this ever again.
I don't
That
believe
doesn't
so,
make
no.
sense. You don't believe so? Well, yes
Why,
or no?
Why would I talk to him about not saying what, killing somebody?
Yes.
Why would I even talk to him about it? Or anybody?
You said I don't believe so. I mean, that sounds to me like
let's hang
you're
up on
confused.
that. Don't hang up on that. Because you walk out and you come back and
You
just
asked me why
throw
you're
up a
sitting
barrage.
here. Remember, I told you from the beginning that it's only fair that, if you would be given a reason as to why you're arrested for
Okay,
murder.
you give me the reason.
Now, did
and
you
I'm
see the
telling you
picture?
that I did not do
Did you
it.
see the picture?
No, I don't. That does not prove I killed anybody. It doesn't prove I killed anybody. I did not kill
You
anybody.
don't know what anybody said.
I don't care what nobody says.
Did you ever tell anybody you were going to rob my house?
Never.
So
Never.
Why would someone lie about something like that? Did you
know.
ever go over to
Maybe you should
rob
sit
my
in
house?
here. No, sir. Maybe you should sit them in here and ask them why they're doing that. I can't speak for them. I have no idea. Especially, I don't know. I have no idea.
Did you go home to your trailer where lives that night and give her the car back so she could go? And because you told me that she drove in your car.
No, I did not. See, here you go. Mark drove his own car over there.
But that you said he left his truck at your house, is what you told me
she
earlier.
drove his truck. I didn't say that.
You did, but I mean, maybe we're confused now because that's exactly what you said. So your car never did go back home.
Please don't do that. She drove him in his car.
But originally you told me,
No, I didn't.
and we'll have to, I mean, it's recorded.
Rewind it.
Yeah, we can look at it. You said that you went home about 8 o'clock in the morning. And that
I laid my head down at 8 o'clock.
Oh,
in the
but you
morning.
you didn't drive the car back there.
You asked me, did
How
Julia
did you
take
get-
the car?
How did you, okay, if I'm confused, it's okay. Tell me how you got back to the trailer where you lived
I drove back there
with her car.
with my car, yes.
Your car. So it was there.
Yeah.
Your car was at the house about 8 o'clock in the morning when you went and laid your head down.
Yeah.
And then you were woke up by
I
about
don't know. I
Tony
don't remember
being
who
killed.
woke me up.
Okay.
It was pandemonium.
And I believe that, but the car was there is what you're saying. You were at the house.
I believe
So
so.
believe so or you know.
3 years
all
ago, you're asking me where my car
Dude, we're
was.
talking about a girl being killed. I mean, I'd know exactly what was happening.
Would you?
Yes.
Or maybe it's just you got a lot going on, and it being so long ago, you want me to just remember
now,
like small details, like
before
where my
you seemed
car
pretty,
was.
Before you seemed pretty clear. Now you seem like when you're
Pretty
confronted
clear
with
with
some
James.
evidence, when you're confronted with evidence about where you were and who you were
Maybe I
with and who
served
you
him.
talked
I
to.
was selling drugs. Maybe I
To
served
serve
him.
who?
Maybe I served James. I don't know. I don't remember. It was a long time ago.
You said you were really friendly with James, friends with him.
We used to be friends, but you want to know what? James tried to be the biggest junkie I've seen in my life. I stopped talking to James a couple years ago. Okay. I couldn't tell you if James is
But
alive.
isn't it ironic? I mean, when did you stop talking to James?
Couple years
After
ago.
Tony got
A
killed?
couple years ago. Not
After Tony got killed?
After he tried to shake my girlfriend down for money. Okay? He is a junkie.
Shake your girlfriend down. What do you mean?
Coming over trying to cut the grass, wash cars, whatever, anything he could do to get a buck.
Is James a killer?
I don't know what James is. I
What-
know he's a junkie.
You told me that you didn't think Tony could hurt a fly. What do you think about James?
I don't know nothing. I know that he is a junkie. That's all I know about him.
You told me you were kind of tight with him.
Yeah, I was.
So what do you think about him? Could he kill somebody?
I don't know. I can't answer that. I don't know that.
Oh, I know you don't know, but you gave me an opinion about and about saying that
Those are sweet girls.
they couldn't hurt a fly. So I
James
mean,
is a junkie. Who knows?
junkie in what regard? What did he do?
Pills, heroin, Pills.
Heroin?
They're synthetic heroin is what Roxy's are.
Okay,
Heroin.
so that's what the pills. Were pills big back in 2007? I mean, I
Not as
didn't.
big as they are now.
Right. So I mean, that I don't even know people used that stuff back in 2007. I mean, I don't
Of
even think
course.
you were selling. I mean, it wasn't being sold. Nothing like. Basically, what I know about drugs, pills wasn't even barely there. If it was on the scene at all, kids weren't using pills back in 2007. That took off about 2009. So,
About 2008.
did you sell pills in 2007? Well, we're not talking about 2008. We're talking about 2007. Explain to me why your phone is over at the house and you're talking back and forth to and make me understand.
Maybe I was trying to meet up with him somewhere to serve him. My phone was not at her house. I was not at her house. I did not kill her.
Then is this, so what's this, a lie?
I don't see how you can say that my phone is pinpointed at the house.
Because that's
and
how-
all of a sudden this
because-
is just not coming out. That does not make any sense to me. Doesn't make any sense. Because if that was the case, you would have
It doesn't
arrested me.
make, we would have
years
arrested
ago.
you, but we didn't have this back then because,
Mm.
so now what, you think we just made it up?
No, I ain't saying
I
you
mean,
made
good
nothing
luck
up.
with that, dude. I mean, the one
not
thing
saying
that
you
we
make
can't do,
nothing
we
up.
can't fabricate evidence.
I think that cannot make me a killer. Okay? I was not there. I did not kill her. I didn't do it.
You were there.
No.
I mean, this says you were there.
I didn't
It
kill Toni.
says that you lied about, first of all, you said you really weren't anywhere around there. And now you're saying, well, maybe I was. I mean, you see, when you're
In the
confronted,
general
when you're, I ask you, were you,
You asked me mileage, and I told you I did not know.
and I said, how close were you? And you said, I wasn't close.
Definitely told you I didn't
And
know.
then you also told me that you really, that you were home in and out at the house most of the night. And you weren't home from, for sure, starting at midnight. You weren't home until, and I don't even know if this goes that far. This goes till about, it's about 8 o'clock in the morning is when you finally start getting about close to being home. So from midnight to 8 o'clock in the morning, you tell me earlier that you're back and forth because you don't like driving around, and you wait at your house and your mom there. I mean, you never even saw mom that night
I did.
at your house.
Yeah.
Okay. Who else went? And you saw.
Yeah.
So you saw mom and and anybody else? Because you said people were popping in and out. Who else can say
I
you were
don't
there? Because all those are saying you weren't there.
Okay.
Do you feel me? You see where I'm not. This
Well,
isn't
then,
stuff I'm trying to make up.
I understand what you got on that piece of paper, but that does not make me a killer. I did not murder that girl.
Sergeant Mayor.
Yes,
Stay
sir.
for a sec, sir.
Sure.
A state witness testified that Woods and an accomplice planned the attack to force Marshall Pardee to give up the PIN for his safe, allegedly containing a lot of substances that would likely be valuable to Woods. And according to a local news source, Michael Woods told an inmate that he was tired of being treated like a boy and disrespected by Marshall Pardee. It is said that Michael Woods killed Chyavana Hampton to ensure that there were no witnesses to the crimes. In February of 2014, Michael Woods was found guilty of first-degree murder and burglary in the 2007 murder of Toni Centracco. And after years of legal delays, Michael Woods was scheduled to go on trial in January of 2019. But to avoid a potential death penalty, he instead told the people gathered in the courtroom that he shot and killed Marshall Pardee and Chyavana Hampton. He pleaded guilty. He stated that he didn't deserve to be free. He's a killer and there's no way around that. Also stating that he would kill again if he were released. In January 2019, Michael Woods, then 36 years old, was sentenced to 2 additional life terms without parole for the murders of Marshall Pardee and Chyavana Hampton. I want to thank you all for watching. We've got a lot more on the way here at Couch Detectives, and we will see you in the next one.